Very quick, very good, very. Then I forgot to put a thing on the. Ah! Forgot to do like half of the things that I usually do because I was too excited that we could start at the regular time.
Oh.
But it's okay. I just go at everyone.
Hmm.
Live link. There we go. And then and then we talk about stuff while I make a Twitter post.
Yep.
I'm
How do you
actually
pay for verification?
I just wanted to
yes.
inform everybody in the call
Yes.
that I am your second host, Captain Chiral.
Oh, wow. He did it.
I will not be relegated to third host position.
This time around. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, hello, and welcome back to TableTalk, Discussion and Discourse. I, as always, am your host, Alejo, aka Great on 95.
And I'm
your
also
second
your host.
I am your second host, and I need no introduction because you all know that I, Captain Chiral, am your second host.
Well, I'm just another host. I have no number.
Oh,
I'm too good for numbers.
He's
at this
transcended
point.
numbers.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm so
fuck.
Aiden, you're still in last place.
What transhumanism is this? Transnumberism.
Yep. Fuck numbers, man. I hate math.
Boo.
What?
I bring to you a proposition.
Me? Yes. Okay.
Or to both of you, but
I'm included.
I assume that the only one to take me up on this offer would be Boo.
Okay.
I would be interested in playing a little bit of a little niche game called Warhammer 40k Darktide.
Mm-hmm.
And I can like set the volume on that to like just mute everything in game. And then have the video playing on the other screen.
Ah, I see. You guys are gonna play Darktide whilst I run the show.
Well, let's do Slave Away.
Well, right now, I'm gonna have to say no because I'm doing some backtracking in Pokemon Prism, and I've got to find some Rock Smash rocks.
Okay.
Because they added this thing where it's really cool. They a lot of
Alejo, Boo has betrayed me, and I'm not really inclined to play with him anymore.
Oh,
so how would you like to play?
Just let me know when you need to get carried.
Ooh, nice.
But they added a thing where you can buy what's called a trade stone, and you can evolve trade evolution Pokemon with it.
Oh.
And since I spent like hours getting a fucking Porygon in the game corner, I really want those.
They have something like that in Legends Arceus. It's called the linking cable.
Ah, really?
Nice.
Yeah. You expose your Pokemon like a Haunter to a linking cable, and it'll evolve when it's exposed to it into a Gengar.
Good.
Interesting. Well, I'm glad they actually put that in. But they did they put that in Sword and Shield?
They did not.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Arceus was after.
Not sorry. The new one. What's the new one? Fucking
Scarlet and Violet.
That's the ones.
I don't believe. Oh no, I think Scarlet and Violet. I don't think it's called a linking cable.
But they do have
I'm pretty sure you can go to a store and buy it.
Oh, okay. That's good at least then. Never mind.
Yeah.
I will.
I assume.
Yeah, I will do a quick little bit of research for you, and I'll get back to you with a definitive answer.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All the stones as a reference to the first games where you could buy all the elemental stones in Celadon City.
Yeah.
For 2,100 $Poké each.
That's
I'm
right.
a fucking nerd.
You are correct about that. That is true.
Yep. About both.
Hello everybody in the chat. That startled me. Hello bros. Hello Timothy. Hello Slay, by the way. I returned from my epic journey through the great land of IP law. I know, Lux, I've seen your foray through it, and I appreciate you for it. It looks like Wizards of the Coast legal team might actually know what it's doing.
Oh my god, really?
Oh my god, crazy. Of course they do. They have to at this point. I mean, come on. No, right. Hello, August. Just got done jamming out to metal. I'm ready to go. Hell yeah. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Well, all the obligations have now been made in the sense of telling people as much as I did that we are live. So, I suppose I guess we'll get on to the show. Ah!
I believe they don't have it in Scarlet and Violet.
See, I was gonna say that I would have been surprised had they added it, because I don't think that they would put that in a mainline game. I really don't.
Legends Arceus was mainline.
Really? I consider it a spin-off, literally.
I mean, I consider it a spin-off too, but apparently it's mainline. Like,
really? But it wasn't even made by the same people.
But it was it was launched with the fanfare of like, look at this game, and
look
like
at what we have done, and all the things
they
haven't done.
They didn't have that for like Trozy or Pinball or Mystery
They had that
Dungeon.
for Conquest.
Like, compare the hype and fanfare of Pokemon Snap with Legends Arceus.
Right, but well, they had some of it for that because they didn't need too much of it because everybody saw it and was like, right?
Holy shit, Pokemon Snap!
Yeah, you know. And then also Mystery Dungeon
Snap
as well. Mystery Dungeon also got a bunch of fanfare.
You know what? I will Google is Legends Arceus mainline.
I don't consider.
I thought you were gonna say is Legends Arceus mid. I don't know why.
I my only argument that I have for it is that it's not made by Game Freak. Right? Isn't that correct?
It's not made by Game Freak.
Right. So that's why I would say it's not mainline.
Everyone on, granted, this is off of Reddit, but everyone off of Reddit is saying it's part of a new series, and that it was launched with the title "The Pokemon Series Enters a New Era."
And then they went ahead and took a step straight back.
I mean,
right after.
Well, it's a new era. It doesn't mean it's a future era.
So that's the thing. I don't think it's the wordplay is for it to be a different era, not for it to be like a brand new thing, because they had done the 3D thing before.
Yeah, but they call it the Pokemon series, and it was a whole game that was done in 3D. Like, it was the proof of concept that was essentially found in Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, didn't they do that for the previous one? They did it in basically all 3D?
Not in the towns, you did not have camera control.
Oh, okay.
In the wild area, you could freely move the camera.
I feel like it's just an iteration off that, though. And you had free control in, like... Or no, you didn't have free control, I guess, in... Did you have control in X and Y? Why am I remembering that? No, that's not true. I'm re-remembering. We're good. But regardless, just a camera control change doesn't make it that new, I guess. I don't know. I can see the arguments.
According to Cerebi, it is considered a main series Pokemon Legends game, thusly leaving the implication that there will be other Legends games.
There you go. It is its own series.
Yes.
That's what I figured, because it's called Pokemon Legends. Like, that's a different, like, whole title scheme.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's why I'm okay, further proof, at least, for my position, but again,
we were both right. It is mainline, and it's also not part of
right. They're
trying
to transition to that being more of a mainline thing, I guess. Potentially. Dude, I don't fucking care anymore. But I guess my statement should be amended to the more traditional Pokemon games, quote unquote, traditional, I wouldn't see them ever putting that in because they want that sale of you either buying both copies or having a friend with a copy, right? And transferring it and not having it so that you can just do those things in the same game. But I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Oh, many things. Hello. That's sweet. I've been jamming out to relooks at playlist anime. Fair enough. I think Arceus is considered mainline despite the format of the game, according to the publishers. Well, we've already gotten to that point, so don't worry about that. Anime makes great music. That is true. Regardless of the quality of the anime itself, the music is usually pretty good. Usually.
Yeah, mileage may vary.
Oh, absolutely. But I would say more often than not, I've enjoyed the music. At least
I've enjoyed more soundtracks than I've not enjoyed.
Exactly. Rather than the anime as a whole.
At worst, it is generally inoffensive.
Yeah. Greetings, everyone. Happy New Year to all. Happy New Year. That's right.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Good to see you, Aaron. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. What videos are we watching tonight? Well, we'll get to them in a second.
Also, Alejo,
hello.
I demand that you bestow upon me Linkus.
Oh, that's literally, I had it in the chat and I just never hit enter. I'm sorry. There you go. Crappy New Year. Oh, here's your packet to the hell that is 2023. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. If it's bad player habits, gotta be Garibay. No, it's not. It's not. We'll get there. I enjoy anime music more than the anime.
Don't be reductive. There's a lot more we can talk about bad player habits than just defaulting to Garibay.
It's true.
You don't want to be a dice tosser. Remember that?
It's funny you should mention. We'll get there.
Yeah, right?
I enjoy anime music more than the anime itself, and if I enjoy the anime, then it's gone above and beyond, because as Brian Danielson would say, fickle. Because I'm, as Brian Danielson would say, fickle. I don't know who Brian Danielson is.
I will say, I fucking don't like One Piece.
Me either.
I think Alejo and I have discussed it before on TableTalk, in fact.
We talked about it a little. We talked about my frustration, yes.
Yeah, and I kept you ranting.
I could go on.
Because it was it became funny to me.
Fair.
However,
he's a wrestler?
The One Piece OST slaps.
Oh yeah.
It slaps.
Yeah. That yeah. Oh yeah. It's great.
like that season 1 opening, the come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams. If I hear that, I cannot stop myself from singing along.
I understand. I recognize that it is a good song, but it's tainted for me because I watched the anime every time I hear it, I go, ah!
Yeah.
Because I'm about to watch garbage. It has formed that association with me now, which is unfortunate.
Get Pavloved, bitch.
Mm-hmm. I am the dog. Well, let us move on to the topic at hand. That is annoying and bad player behaviors. Now, the reason why we're doing this as a topic that we've covered a couple of times in different videos and such, even from the same person that we're going to be covering today, but this is a different video that we haven't covered, which is very interesting. There is a difference between these two words. Something that is annoying might not always be something that is bad, because some people could find something annoying and some people could not. And screening through a couple of minutes of the second video, which I will leave until we get there, I immediately went, oh!
Okay.
Because they were bad player behaviors, apparently. And this one is irritating things other players do, player character tips, from our good old friend Guy, at How to Be a Great GM, the channel. And these ones, I'm like, okay, there are cases where these could absolutely be detrimental, right? As everything could be potentially. But guys, at least, well, we'll see. We'll see if we have anything like the cutting off of hands, which I hope people appreciate the thumbnail that I had as a reference to it, because I enjoyed myself when I made it. Hold on, I'll show you guys, since you don't ever look at the thing.
Oh god. Big talking a lot of shit for someone within hand cutting distance.
Right, exactly. Right.
Also, I just had the Space Hulk Deathwing page open on my Steam, and I was scrolling through community posts, and I found this, and this literally just looks like the warp.
Oh yeah.
And then someone asks, was that made by an AI? And they're like, no, it was made by a servitor.
Nice.
That's good.
Good shit.
That dub music to One Piece turned me off to it immediately. Like, a lot of early day One Piece anime is not good. That dub music. Oh, I've never listened to the dub music. I know of it. I know of it, but I listen to things in their original format usually, with the subtitles.
The correct choice was made.
Right. Except for a couple of things. To be fair, I will say,
there are some very rare instances where the English version is good and or better.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood
Trigun.
in
FMAB,
Yep.
Yeah.
And Ouran High School Host Club I like in its dubbed form, I'll be honest. Very good one.
When I first started One Piece very early on in my anime journey, and then I stopped and started watching subs. I stopped watching One Piece, and then I don't know, however much later I started getting in the habit of watching subs and getting used to it. And then when I tried to come back, I was like, why does everyone sound so different? I must have been watching the dub in it. And then I switched to the dub, and it was like my eardrums wanted to die. And I immediately switched back up to the sub.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Let's see. The worst anime is better than most of what we get in the US. Let's not be no. I will fight you on that. There is some bad anime. Bad. Most of it. Anyway, annoying and bad, that's me. Oh, August, no.
True man of culture might say all and
and
then walk off with the Giga Chad music in the back.
Exactly. When I saw that title, I assumed one of these videos were going to be a D&D horror story. No, those ones are just we would just be listening to those, right? And then just going, right,
don't do that.
We did that one time for a Crit Crab video for it was a 2-minute video, I think, or something. It was very short as far as I remember. But yeah. Garibay tells us in every video how bad we all are by telling us everything we need to be able to do at mastery level that we can never aspire to doing. That's true. You're right. And we should follow our Lord.
Oh, sorry. Yes. I thought... Wait, did you say Guy or Garibay? I wasn't listening.
Garibay.
Okay, yeah, Garibay. Okay.
Yeah. If anything, Guy so far has become more of a patron saint, but only because of the cutting off of hands and the tasting of a semen. Which I will never forget that one. Yeah, no, I won't forget that.
I coulda gone to my deathbed never hearing that again.
Yeah, well, every time I bring it back up, you say that. So
Like,
I'm glad
why
that you
do I-
continue to purge.
why do I have to narrate my friends? Oh, why do I have to look my friend in the eye and be like, as you taste it in your mouth?
Yeah.
Like,
Ugh.
why do you want this from me, guy?
It's very strange. I'm sure at this point he would say, no. That was like 6 years ago, let's be fair. We're different people.
You did put it on the internet, so I can't.
I mean, it is there forever, and it's not removed, so yes.
Not even Garibay asks that of me.
That is true.
Indeed.
You're right. Helsing has a good dub to me. Oh, yeah, it did. I remember Helsing.
Dub
Yeah.
is pretty alright.
Yeah, that
was pretty good. Yeah. I don't think I ever finished Helsing, actually. Anyway. One Piece really suffered from the early stuff. Sadly, you need to watch hundreds of episodes for it to get better, which is just not worth it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
If you have to watch 100 episodes for it to get good or watchable, then it's not worth watching.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
It should be good from the beginning. And, like, or it doesn't have to be a fucking masterpiece in the beginning, because Gintama isn't.
Right.
But
Also, yeah.
it has to not be something that's like, oh dear God, I don't want to watch any more of this.
Right.
In the beginning.
When you establish stakes and you have them set for a while, and then you continue and just shit on those stakes immediately, like in the next like 10 episodes, and then you just continue to like devolve from there, I don't think it's worth your time. I don't.
I am more generous than most. I will give something a season. And
sure.
I'll say,
That's
like,
fair.
I will give you 11 episodes of prep work
Mm.
where it's all kind of rough. But at, like, episode 12 better be a non-stop banger that solves everything and wraps it all together.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. I've found the Japanese voice actors to be more reliable at not annoying me. Most of the time. High Guardian Spice would like to have a word with you. High Guardian Spice, why do I know this? Why is that familiar to me? Isn't that a
I've
shit
never heard
thing?
that
Isn't that
before.
horrible? Isn't that what I remember hearing? I don't. Anyway. I've not seen the worst anime yet, to be fair. I won't die on that hill for a joke. Oh no, you're fine. No, don't worry. I'm not like, I'm not like actually like going to go to bat in that instance. I mean, like, I will if somebody's serious about it, sure. But like, nobody's making that claim, I think. Well, some people might be. We'll see. Anyway.
There's definitely some diehard weaves out there.
That's
make
true.
That claim.
That's true.
Yeah.
But come on, guys. Anyway, I don't know if I've even accepted the claim that High Guardian Spice is anime. It doesn't really look to me like any Japanese anime I've seen. Oh, okay. I don't know. I've never looked into it, and I don't give a shit. I'll be honest. Crunchyroll original Western anime. Oh. Okay. Weird.
Interesting.
But, like, that's Avatar: The Last Airbender. That was original Western anime, and it was pretty decent from what I remember.
What, you didn't see the movie? That was the best version.
Yeah. I think you should do it. No balls. Oh, dude, that's the thing. You put me in the ring, I'll fight to my fucking dying breath. But like, I'm not in the ring right now. Don't worry about it. It makes One Piece look fantastic. Oh,
Dear God.
oh, my morbid curiosity has been reached a little bit, but I won't do it because I don't want to subscribe to Crunchyroll. Thank you. I'll never make that claim, bro. Don't worry. Oh no, I'm not saying you would. Don't worry about it. I don't know if I consider Avatar anime either, but it is pretty good. That's fair. I think it is an animated series, so I don't know if we want to just do, like, if it's Japanese animated series, then usually you go anime, right? And like, I assume that we could all, agree that Avatar has anime influence, because I think it really does. Just in the I don't know. It seems.
I usually think of it as anime is less like derivative based on location, and
Okay.
more so its art style. And
There's so many different art styles, though.
yeah, it's a family of art styles,
Oh,
and
okay.
I would consider Avatar to be in that family.
Don't mind me. I had an alarm. Okay, that's fair enough.
Whoa, that's cool.
Okay, well, we've put this on for too long. These are, oh my god, so many things. I don't think Avatar was ever advertised as anime, but High Guardian was. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. You're right. It wasn't. Avatar and Korra is a Western cartoon in Japanese animation style. Sure. I don't know. We could go on to that, but it's fine. We don't need to worry about that right now. So these are 15 irritating things other players do, according to our good friend Guy. I say good friend. We've never met, and I don't think that he'll
Maybe
ever
you
want
haven't.
to. That's true. I don't think that he'll ever need to meet with us ever. So,
Yeah.
well, we'll see. Anyway,
speak for yourself on having not met him.
okay. Okay.
I also haven't met him, but speak
Oh.
for yourself.
I'm sorry. Would you like to divulge more about who you haven't met?
Yeah, I have not met Matt Mercer.
Oh.
I've
Oh my god, our earlier videos are now lies. Oh no.
I've additionally met Scott Garibay.
Oh,
my condolences.
I see.
Yeah.
I feel like we know him at this point.
Yeah.
I've not met anyone from Nerdarchy.
That's true. Yeah. Okay.
I have met friend of the show No Nat Ones.
Oh. Okay.
And
right.
I've met you, Alejo, but not you, Boo.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
None of you have.
That's
Nobody
true.
knows who I am.
That is true.
It's just a voice in the computer.
Exactly.
A machine spirit.
Very cool. All right. So, here we go.
Oh my god, it wasn't like painfully loud.
Yeah, this one isn't super loud for its little intro thing. This was only 4 years ago.
Hello and welcome to this episode of How to Be a Great Player. My name is Guy and I'm going to take you through things that make me irritated as a player. Now, there are 15 things on my list that really get my goat, and which all...
You know, it might be apparent to a casual viewer that, like, oh, like, the really get my goat is, like, sort of a bit as an intro to his video.
Sure.
But he said, like, a little earlier, his mouth, like, his lip twitched. As he said, that irritate me, and I'm like, ooh, I think there's actual vitriol here.
I think there is some to it. Obviously, I think there's probably going to be some hyperbole, just a little bit. But again, I only looked at the first like minute or two, so I don't know.
Also, I really like his logo.
Yeah, that was one of his old ones.
Yeah, that's a cool logo.
Yeah.
All of them, as far as I'm concerned, shouldn't happen. So if you agree with me, hit the like button as you watch the video. If you really agree with me, or if it's happened to you, hit the subscribe button, and we will form a cult of people who hereby declare that the following things are irritating and should not be done by our fellow players or by our GMs.
Don't do it.
Number 1. Players looking up rules during their turn. Your turn is not to look up your rules. Your turn is to tell us what your character does. Your turn is to engage with your fellow players in dialogue, based off what your character would say to the fellow characters. It is not to look up rules. If you were looking up rules, you should have done that when it was somebody else's turn. That's why the game is based on turns. And even if it isn't, even if it's a chaotic moment, you should know the rules for your character anyway. And if it's a rule that pertains to the whole table, or is it something that's very obscure and distinct, say, GM, what's your ruling on X? Okay, that's what I do, or that's not what I do, and you move on. But to sit there,
Great.
pay.
There's several layers to this, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I mostly agree, mostly in the sense of you don't want to be wasting everybody's time, right? Now I personally I don't mind if people need to look at their rule books or their sheets or whatever they need to do to figure out what they need to do on their turn. As long as it doesn't take like 5 to 10 minutes, unreasonable in the sense of like if we're in a combat, there's not really a need for you to go 5 to 10 minutes of like looking through everything that you can do and like relearning how your character works in a way. Because looking at it for like a minute, you should be able to just like look at your own notes and understand how your character works usually. Plus my hope is that you've read at least, as we've said before, how your class works, at least in D&D, or how your character works in general. And that's all you have, and that's all you need, really, as a player. Excuse me. And, but, again, situations can arise where, you're trying to clarify, and if you're trying to make sure that you're doing things, I guess, by the book, then I see no issue, really, with looking up something because you're unsure of if it works that way or not, right? There are plenty of situations where I could probably go, oh yeah, sure,
Yeah.
let's go look at the rule if we really want to figure this out. And plus, when you do the whole look to your DM, GM, and go, hey, how do you do this? And they go, oh, right? And then they have to try to figure it out because sometimes that stuff isn't right all up there. Which is also fine if it's something that's you didn't account for or something that's more complex. All of those kinds of reasons of like, you're not going to keep it just right there in the forefront of your mind. It might be back there, but you might not be able to access it right away.
I will say, having like been like I've faced this issue while DMing a lot, actually,
Sure.
more so in my recent game.
Oh.
People will like just kind of say like, what would you do if I did this? And like from the marshals, like it's generally more simplistic. Like,
Yes.
What is your ruling on this? From the casters, it'll be more like, oh, let me double check a spell description. And people like the casters in my party are generally pretty good about looking up their stuff on their turn.
Right.
Looking up stuff before their turn, rather.
Gotcha.
And some exceptions exist, which can feel like they're kind of like slowing the game down.
Sure.
With the most notable exception being recently there's a giant crocodile fight with 3 rafts that were separated from each other in the water. And the people in the backmost raft, the cleric cast Create and Destroy Water on the river, so that when like he would just destroy the water of the river, and then as like the water moved into itself,
right,
to sort of speed up the back raft. Which like there's no ruling of like, oh, like if your player does this, then do this. That exists in DMG.
Sure.
So I just made it go. All of them went at 50 feet per turn, but the raft at the back was going at 35 feet. Easy peasy.
Sure. Yeah. Oh my, there's so many things. Avatar looks more like Western animation than Japanese to me. That's fair. I agree. Avatar looks more like Western to me as well. That's fair. I knew it was a Western the first time I saw it without knowing anything about it. Yeah, that's true. That's fair. If you told me one of you were secretly related or best friends with Garibay, I would not be surprised. Nice. Thank you. 2019.
I don't like the implication of that.
2019 when Hope still lived. He wants to craft a cult. Save me, Lord Beerus. Did he say cult? Yeah, Beerus help.
I prefer guild.
It's one of the more proper ways to say cult. Yeah. Already depends on the table. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to grapple someone. Oh, for like a rule. Yeah. I throw this rule out in a beginner-friendly table, but if we've been playing a while and continue to be a trend, bro, you need to step up because this is an issue. Oh, absolutely. That's the thing.
Yeah.
If this continued to be something that always slowed us down from the same person, then I'd be like, dude,
you gotta learn. You gotta read your rule book.
Yeah. What are you doing every turn? What's going on? Right? Like, what do you just not like look at your sheet ever? Like, I don't. What are we doing here? Right? I need to have a conversation with them. And like, well, I'm gonna be starting my own game. Hopefully, during the next week. Slash weekend. Hopefully this weekend, maybe we'll see. Because I'm doing a session 0 tomorrow, and I might have a player who. Well, I do have a player who will need some refreshers, which I'm like, okay. Already accounting for like questions of how these things work, right? Which I'm like, that might take a couple of minutes off of a thing, but really most of the other people have been playing forever in our group, so we know what we're doing and they can help, and if anything comes up, I know that I can rely on other people to kind of speed things along, as well as I open the floor to I don't care how long it takes. If somebody has an issue, I want us to like figure it out, right? And like if the group were to have an issue with like my ruling of something, I would be totally fine with stopping things and like figuring it out so that we can not have it happen again in the future, right? Stuff like that where I'm like, well, if we just sit there and we figure it out and we're looking through the rule just to make sure that we understand it and then we don't have to worry about it, I feel like that's fine. But again, if it's something like, yeah, what does your character do? You have 3 things. Why is it taking you like a good 10 minutes? Like, I don't know, man. That's the only time where I can see it as an issue. Grappling in 5e will be here all day trying to figure out, because for some reason it's that hard for people to understand, something I came across more often than I'd expect. Weird, because you just tell them that if you grapple somebody, they can't move, and that's it. That's all you need to say. I guess the other thing is the grappler makes an athletics, the grapplee can either make athletics or acrobatics to escape. That's it. 3.5, though, to be fair, I have done that off the top of my head before. Yeah, 3.5 is a little more complex, so I am totally fine with somebody looking that up. I'm totally fine with people looking shit up for 3.5. Like, in general. We do it all the time.
It's very complicated.
Yeah, it's a complicated system.
Yeah, remember the time that we looked up the rules for grappling when I grappled the Lich?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. Hell, remember the time where we looked up the rules for creating potions like twice?
Yeah.
2 different sessions because we couldn't remember.
Yep.
Yeah. A bad habit to me would be a DM that railroads people too much. Oh, we might get there, but probably not for this one for players. But yeah. All right, let's see.
Raging for hours looking for how many dice do I get back? Here, sorry. Players who look up rules just irritate me. They're almost as bad as number 2. GMs who look up rules.
Oh.
I understand that we want the game to have as much grounding in fairness because everyone gets the same rule applied and that we use the same rule system so we all know where we stand. But on the other hand, if the character wants to do something and it's cool and your GM is sitting there and she's reading up after rule after rule, no, it's not in that rule book. It's in Pogo's Guide to Pogo Jumping. Oh no, that was 2nd edition. Actually, it's a waste of my life. Let's just move on. Make a decision. Let's move forward. It says Dungeon Master or Game Master or Storyteller or Narrator on your job title for a reason. Use your power. Just say, for now, this is how we're doing it. After the game, we'll check it up and move on.
Okay, so fair enough. I agree at least with the sentiment of if it's taking forever, maybe just move on with it. And figure it out later, and you can reincorporate it as like the rule that you want to use later on. But I also, again, am fine with the idea of somebody trying to get it right at the start. I'm a big proponent of your time is valuable. So at the same time, I also am like, well, if it's wasting too much time, then it might not be the best for you to allow it to happen. But I'm also in that camp of, I don't know, if we're going to take the time now, is it going to save time in the future? Right? Again, something that, I don't know.
Quick, Alejo, I hate to interject,
Yeah,
but my laundry is done, so I'm gonna just say my point, and
go for it.
you can finish yours.
Yeah.
It is, I consider it to be something that is okay for me to do, so long as like if I start to Google a ruling for me to either base my ruling off of or like alter it at my whim, I will spend like a minute or two on it, but that whole time I will have like the hourglass ticking down in my brain.
Oh, sure.
And if I can't find anything concrete, then I just say, fuck it, and I wing the whole thing.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair.
However, if there is a scenario where I am truly torn on how to handle it, which doesn't come up often, but like I can't ignore that it possibly can come up.
Right.
Then I spend a minute on it, but usually I feel confident enough doing it, and I think that is a how to
an experience thing.
No. Well, yes, it is also an experience thing, but like that is a right that we as DMs should feel free to exercise, I guess. Of like just being able to say, you know what, page 3 of the DMG says it's your game, you are the DM. I will choose to allow it or not, but generally I prefer for more consistent game styles.
Yeah.
So I will look it up and maybe alter it from there.
Right.
But generally I can't imagine that's an issue for too many DMs who are experienced.
Right, exactly. If you're new, it could be more of a problem, I suppose, but at the same time, if you're new, you're learning, right?
Yeah, like if you have like 7 years of D&D experience like me, like you can just say, fuck it, we'll do this.
Sure.
If I were to do something like throw some of the people who I've just taught to play D&D and tell them that make a one shot, then I would fully expect them to be second guessing.
Well, I would say that even for myself, who's as experienced as you are, the idea of me forgetting something and needing to like I have the compulsion really to like try to look it up first to see if there's something that is already there that I can use. It's just how my brain works. I need to know if there's an official thing there first so that I can base it off that. And if there's not, then I can start doing it on the fly more so. But if I can't remember, then I'm usually like, I gotta do a quick Google search, which is a very handy tool in this day and age for DMing. So you're not constantly looking through everything all the time anymore. But I also will point out the thing that we usually say of like, you should also be able to just say, hey guys, okay, this is throwing me for a loop for a second. I need to take the time. Just let's have like a 5-minute break real quick. Just go piss, go get a snack, whatever you want to do. Just, I need to look at this real quick. Okay. And then you figure it out from there because it might be something that's actually important. Yeah, it's one of those things where, again, I'm of two minds about it because of the whole time wasting thing, quote unquote. Because you're already, let's be fair, we're already all wasting time anyway from the beginning. In the most reductive sense, right? That's all that we're doing. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. There's value to it, but we are like there to waste our time together. So maybe the counter of that is like, well, you want to have the most fun while you're wasting your time together, right? It's like, yeah, okay, fair enough, right? But at the same time, I feel like there are going to be moments where things are going to get dull, quote unquote, because that's just inevitable. It is just a thing that's a part of how games go.
Yeah.
Oof, yeah, 3.5/Pathfinder grappling is a nightmare. It's not the worst thing in the world once you get it, but it is something that does have a few steps that you could forget, which we have done multiple times.
And I think the biggest problem with our group in particular is just the fact that, one, we keep making people who grapple. Two, we don't play often enough. Like, we don't play consistently enough to have those rules really just be drilled into our head.
True. Also true.
So every time we wind up doing it, it's like, shit. Kind of need to relearn this again.
Yeah. From the top of my head, I think it is you do a touch attack. The grapple E gets to make an attack of opportunity. If they do an attack of opportunity on you and they hit, then you can't do the grapple. If they don't, then you can continue to use the grapple bonus, like actually making opposed grapples. And then I believe you can, like, that is your turn, and then the next turn is when you can start doing like the actual grappling actions. I believe.
The actual unique grapple stuff.
Yes.
Like pinning and shit.
I believe so. But like initiating the grapple isn't too bad. If you have improved grappling, you just ignore the attack of opportunity, I believe. And then you just fucking try to do the grapple. After the touch attack still. You need that touch attack. Anyway. Looking up the rules is not that bad. Excuse me. To help out, keep notes of the rules you need to keep track of. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? There's an easy way to fix things is to make notes of the rules that are very necessary to you, which is why DM screens exist. Like the official ones have those like most common rules that you need to refer to on them already, which I believe grappling is one of the ones that's on the 3.5 one even. And it's also, I think it might also be, I have a 5th edition DM screen somewhere.
Probably has a couple cheat sheets on there.
Yeah, it probably has something on there. I don't know where it is right now. Yeah, I have no idea where it is right now, but I know it's around here somewhere. So at some point, I'll look at that and verify, I suppose. I'm good with GMs new to games that want to do it right. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Even if they're not new, I'm also fine with like experienced DMs who are like, I don't remember right now. Let me figure this out real quick. And if they,
Yeah.
if they take a second to do so and they look for the thing and they find it, then it's like, yeah, because they want to do it right too. I'm fine with people wanting to do it quote unquote right, at least raw. And they can, if they look at the rule and they go, oh, I don't like that, then fuck it, they can do it however they want, right? Like,
Yeah.
But if they want to start there first, I have no issue with it whatsoever. It's simple. In Pathfinder 1E, just roll your CMB plus 1d20 against the target's CMD. If you beat that, you do whatever it was you're trying to do. Combat maneuver bonus and combat maneuver defense. The DM can always just have some rulebooks or his phone nearby just in case. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe you have to grapple them on the first turn, then they can attempt to break free on their turn, or take control of the grapple, I think. That's true, yes. Then you can pin them, damage them, move them, etc. on your next turn if you're still in control. Yeah, I think so. Burn that 5th edition DM screen? No.
Why?
No, I won't. I don't hate 5e.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong
I don't
with 5e.
prefer it, but I'm literally running a 5e game for my group that I'm going to be doing. Oh.
Well, Alejo, time to quit that game.
Oh, okay. It hasn't even started.
Oh, well then good. That means you don't even have to quit. You just don't have to
that's
show
true.
up.
That's true. I can just let
Looks
down
like you
all
just
of my
got yourself a
friends.
free evening.
That's true. Letting down all of my friends that I have convinced to play a game with me.
Yep. Pranked. You just wasted 3 hours of your life, bitch. God, that'd be awful. Fucking
It'd be
hell.
so bad. I would be fucking mad at myself.
I know.
Anyway.
Players not knowing what is going on. The player sits at the table and they check the phone, they think about life, they write stuff down, they read rulebooks on game systems that they're not playing, they look at their character sheet and draw pretty little pictures, and then the GM says, and what would you like to do? And they go, what's going on? What's going on is what everybody else has been doing, except for you. Everyone else has been role-playing. You have been living on another fucking planet.
Yeah, dude, it's called ADHD.
I was about to say, yeah, I have friends who literally, like...
Oh, go on.
I was just, they can't focus sometimes, and it's just something that we have to deal with, which is fine, because it's part of who they are, and there's nothing that I can do to change that, and I just compensate. And that's fine.
So I play on tabletops, which had for a couple of my
games,
which has a drawing tool, and for the campaign that I DM, there was a player who she spent the entirety of the time that she was like in the session drawing tiny like little dicks, like little like
nice
3, like with the like you just write a 3 but you make the middle one a little tiny bit longer.
A little bit longer. Yeah.
And like trying to hide them all over the place. And you know what? That is kind of just how she spent her time, and like we all just kind of took it in stride.
Yeah.
I have horrendous ADHD, and also I like to worry about things that I can't control.
I'm right there with you for that one.
Yeah. So like. Even in the call tonight, I was like, "What was that?" I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Exactly.
When asking about Guy versus Garibay.
Yeah.
So like it kind of just happens, Guy. Don't be a shitter.
Right. Exactly. Like, I'm sure that it's sometimes it's not an intentional thing, but if it is, I suppose if we want to look at it as malicious, then you have to first establish that it is something like that, right? You have to establish that somebody's either just doesn't give a shit about your campaign, right? In which case, you need to have a conversation with them, okay? Like, first and foremost, we gotta talk, friend. But like, other than that, I don't know. Establish, do they have ADHD? Is it hard for them to focus on things just because of something else? Even are they having a time right now where they can't focus because of a personal shit that's going on, right? Like that, there's something that might be behind it that isn't just them not paying attention, right, to your game. Okay, and even then, some people just like to participate.
Fiddle.
Yeah, and fiddle with things and be there in the game, but not necessarily like 100% like active, quote unquote, right? Like they're not doing the full active role play. They're doing the more passive one, which is fine. Like that's how they play, and that's how they continue to be around and do this thing. Again, it's fine as long as it's not something that's like they're just doing it because I guess they just have to, quote unquote, right?
Like this, it feels like someone who can. It feels like a teacher berating the kid in the corner of the class for fidgeting, but it's like this is just how some people are wired, my guy.
Yeah. But yeah, if they don't care, then it's like, yeah, we gotta, like, dude, if you don't care, then why are you here? Like, we gotta talk. Right? Like, why did you come to this thing? But, like, you have to establish that first. If that's the case.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's using a bit of straw man argument to me. Unless it's this player's first time, then I take it back. No, he's just saying in general. He's not saying specifics.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, let's even say that, because a lot of what you guys were saying is kind of taking it on good faith that the person is paying full attention. They're just kind of taking a back seat to the action.
Yeah.
Let's say, like, worst case scenario, they really are paying no fucking attention. Like, if that winds up happening, it sucks for me because I'm trying to run the game for you. But at the end of the day, it's just, he's here, they're there, they just attacked, he just attacked. What do you do?
Right.
It's as simple as just explaining that.
Yeah.
And then if after that, if it still becomes an issue, like in future sessions where they're not paying attention and they just flat out don't care, then I'm going to ask, like, hey, what's the deal? Is there something wrong? Can I do something to help you keep your engagement? Do you even want to be here? Are you having fun? You know, yada, yada, yada.
Exactly.
And it's not that hard to just kind of brush that off in the beginning.
Yeah. You give people the benefit of the doubt first. Yeah. And then, you know, you go, if it continues to be an issue, you continue with the steps, the logical steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. The attack of opportunity also happens in Pathfinder grappling. Sometimes the harder I try to pay attention, the more attention I don't pay. That's fair. Yeah. That's something that can happen. There's no discussion if they don't give a shit. I consider not giving shit different from ADHD. Personally, I tell you to find something else to do, but be here, harsh, but you're a distraction. Right. Well, so if it is that point, absolutely, right? Like if they are at that point of just being there and that's it, and they're like showing off shit to other people and like distracting them during the game when they're trying to pay attention, when you're trying to convey information to them, like then it's a problem. And then you go,
then that's a problem.
Yeah. Yes. Then you go, dude, either like get your shit together, stop. Right? Like,
because this is a game. We're all here for the game. We're not here to do this.
Exactly. So, like, it's fine every now and then if it happens. Just somebody found like a funny meme that they're like, "Oh, this applies to the situation." Right? Like, yeah, it's fine. But like, other than that, you know, if they're just doing it constantly because that's all they're doing, like, dude,
then that's the problem.
It's the tone of his voice that's making me think like that. That's fair.
A lot of the issues that guy outlines can be handled with grace.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
If I can fiddle with something else, I'll actually follow what you're saying better. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah. No.
That's
like,
why
I need to like wiggle a pen or like a pencil like between like my index and middle finger.
Yeah, totally.
And hell, in Devils and Dice, Brogan's always shuffling cards.
Yep, that's true.
That's
like,
his fiddle.
I'm right now. I saw my ruler that's right next to me, and I'm now just kind of playing with that, right? Yeah. Because that's just what I need to do right now, right? But like sometimes I'm good and I don't need to do that, but most of the time I do need something, and that's why I guess me like running the whole show and like looking at every fucking level of audio and shit and looking at the chat go by, that helps me because there's a lot going on that I can like look at and pay attention to. That's why you keep Beyblades at the table. No one can say no to Beyblade. True. I would lose track of the game myself, to be fair. That's fair. Yeah.
That's fair.
Look at this man. You think he knows grace? I think he does, but he only applies it selectively sometimes.
Yes. Yeah. Now, is this one of his older ones?
This is, like I said, 4 years ago.
Okay.
4 years ago. So it's not too old. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
I know that we have looked at some of his more recent videos where he's a bit
They're
more
a little
chill.
bit better. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit better.
Because kind of in that beginning of his channel, he was kind of the vitriolic person, you know, in order to, you know, stand out, build that audience and be like, hey, man, this guy's got this guy has opinions.
Sure.
And opinions make me want to click on videos.
That's true.
And then once you have the audience, then you can kind of chill out and just be a normal person.
Right. Well, like, so this is the thing.
The case could be made that we did the same thing.
Exactly. I mean, we still do.
We still do. But I think that the it's interesting to see that this is still the same though after 2 years, because the time that we looked at some of the other things that he had gripes with, those were like 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's still there.
Yeah.
So
also, I just want to throw out that in my Dark Tide lobby, there is an ogre named Lorge and in George.
One ogre that I saw was named Girthquake. I was telling Alejo about that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That one was fucking great.
Yeah.
Also, I saw a sharpshooter named John Dark Souls, so that was good.
Yes. 4 years, he might think something else now. That's true. That's the thing. But I think it's also important for us to continue to like look at this older stuff because it's still there and it's still very popular. Like the whole channel is there to be a resource, and until he makes something that's, I guess, I should see if he has a more recent opinion on what players shouldn't do, I suppose. But this is still something that comes up very like, or this comes up as one of those top videos that you can look at, that when you put in like D&D bad players or D&D annoying players, right? Like it's what comes up for search terms. How is the progression in Dark Tide? I heard it was very grindy.
It's grindy.
It's grindy, but it's fun.
Yeah, the thing is, it's I don't know if I would say that it's grindy. I would say that it's very because you don't have to like grind for materials or anything like that.
True.
You're basically just doing missions and waiting for the shop to cycle. And the shop cycles way too slowly. It cycles once every hour.
Yeah.
Oh, it's every 2 hours.
No, it's every hour. But they're going to be adding a feature that will let you pay to cycle the shop with in-game currency, which is going to be fucking great.
Yeah, that is actually very good.
Man, I just like killing heretics.
Yeah, no, the gameplay's fucking great. It's just that the end game is basically nothing. The end game is basically trying to do very, very specific objectives that are sometimes a gigantic pain in the ass, or standing around and waiting for different things to be on sale so that you can max out your character. That's it.
Yeah. Once they maybe put in some like more, I guess, end game content, then it'll be more worthwhile for the end game itself. But right now, it's literally just play your characters until they get up to 30, and then at that point, you could just stop.
Yeah,
totally.
And that's
fine.
Effectively what I have done right now. I'm not really doing much,
which is totally fair. I
play with you guys now.
Yeah, I haven't been playing it that much, and like I have one character who's at level 11, you know. So like, you know, it'd be nice if there was a. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Rick is currently level 26.
Oh.
And I'll probably continue playing him when he is 30 because playing Ogren are fun.
That's fair.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's no reason to not play him once he hits 30.
No, of course.
There's also no reason to play.
True.
Well, I mean, if you want to max them out and like get all your penances, or you want to get your weapons up to like the highest they can be, then
Also
once you
true.
reach that point, then there's no point.
That's also true. It'd be nice if there was a video game version of the Warhammer tabletop game. You can play it through Tabletop Sim. It's not an official thing. If there was an official one, we would be looking at some. I don't know. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
And
Really?
GW would make it a subscription service.
That's true. Yeah. So,
and you'd
yeah.
probably have to pay the same amount of money for the miniatures as you do for the in-game miniatures.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
if you buy miniature boxes, there would probably be some kind of a QR code or something.
Yeah,
And then people would make a racket of
that.
selling empty boxes.
That's true. Dude, actually, you know what I noticed the other day? I was reading my Orc Codex because I was, obviously. Yeah. And I looked at I accidentally like flipped to the back, like the back page. There's actually a code on there that you can put into their little Warhammer app that gives you just the PDF version, which is really cool. I didn't know that until now, and I was like, oh, I can have a free PDF version because I bought the book. Wow, what a novel concept!
Yo,
how uncharacteristically generous of James.
Yeah, I know,
Games
right?
Workshop.
Yeah.
John Workshop.
John Workshop himself.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be a cool character name.
Yeah.
John Workshop.
John Workshop.
At James Workshop.
Oh, James
yeah.
Workshop. Yes, also good. Digital Distraction Darktide. We did for the beta, maybe in the future again.
Yeah, because when we did
more
the
fun.
beta, it was still fucking clunky and broken
Yeah.
as hell, but now it's significantly more stable.
Yeah,
I'd
so
be down.
yeah, potentially in the future if there's time.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, and if you really want it, donate to our Patreon.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Costs money to boot that shit up.
It does. Technically, it does because it takes so much fucking electricity, I guess, for it to like spin the fucking wheels.
Yep. Spin the wheel.
all right. $2 donation pledge goal.
No. No.
$2.
Once $2 have been reached, that'll be enough to pay for the electricity we will all use.
All right.
No. Anyway, hell yeah, brick rules. There you go. You've got a brick fan from Timothy.
Hell yeah.
Also on the previous subject, there were DM screens for 3.5, at least with common rules listed on them so that the DM could find them quickly. Yes. I have that as a wish-listed thing that I do want to get at some point because I love me some 3.5 stuff. Also, you should stick a bunch of tabs in your rule books. Yeah, sticky notes.
Yes.
Sticky notes are good. I'd be down for more Darktide on digital distractions. Cool. Spin the wheel, make the deal. That's right. All right, let's continue.
Excuse my language, but that's what irritates me the most about my fellow players is when we're all sitting there, I'm listening to the GM telling their story, and that person is sitting there somewhere completely else, and then they say, oh, I'm sorry, what's going on? And then you have to start and tell them all over again. Number 4. DMs telling boring stories or pointless stories. This is a bit of a tricky one, I admit, and I have an entire YouTube channel based on trying to avoid telling boring and pointless stories. But a GM who just has something happen because, well, they didn't know of anything else to do, or because, well, that's what they thought would be interesting, that doesn't work for me.
Oh.
Okay, so the DM is trying. So let's let it go a bit further. I want to know what he's actually saying.
Yeah,
here.
that's fair, because, like...
If you think your campaign is slowing down, don't just randomly throw something in it. Make the story change pace, make it change direction. Yes, insert a giant banana if you must, but make sure that it's consistent. And don't just have, oh, there are rats in the cellar. Go kill the rats. Thank you, here's your money. Oh, now there's wolves in the field. Go kill the wolves. It's not a video game. We're here to roleplay.
You're still...
Number 5.
Okay. So first, I want to point out that he said that the DM is thinking that he can just add something in But one of the words that he used was the DM thinks that this might be interesting, which is a strange thing to say when that is like what they're doing with their storytelling. Regardless,
what D&D is.
What D&D is your DM thinks that this might be interesting, so let's go through this scenario. Now, I will agree with consistency, obviously.
Yeah.
But
one time I dropped a giant pig out of the sky, but that actually was consistent.
Yes.
A giant banana doesn't always work.
Not usually. But so okay. I'm also fine with there being days where something happens. Because sometimes something will just happen.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not it is a part of the narrative as a whole is another question, I suppose. Another whole point. Because, again, on your journey, like whatever your quest, your main campaign quest is, you're probably going to have some side stuff that just happens.
Hopefully.
I would assume, right? Because again, you're not just going to be going, I mean, you very well could, let's be fair. You very well could just go on the main quest only, and that's all you do. That's fine. But if somebody goes, what's going on with that banana merchant over there? Right? Like, let's go, because the players kind of set the pace, at least in my mind, regardless of what your story is. The players are the ones who are going to interact with it regardless. So if they find that they want to interact with the banana merchant, well, either the banana merchant's going to have a little more prominence in your story, or he's going to be something interesting that they can remember as they went on with their story.
Banana Zeta.
He's no longer just a humble banana merchant, but a banana warlock.
Yes, exactly. With the banana patron, Congus.
And he serves a dark overlord called Bananakin Skywalker.
Yes, exactly, right? And so...
Also, but I literally just opened a door into a room filled with 3 pox bursters.
Nice.
Yikes.
But... So, and again, I agree again with, like, you want things to be consistent. That's absolutely fine if you want everything to be consistent. You can have these planned encounters of this stuff that maybe potentially seems random that is part of it, like, as a greater whole. That if you can do that, absolutely cool. But, like, the world doesn't revolve around what your players are doing.
Yeah.
So like, it will keep going on, and that giant banana might have just still fallen from the sky over there. And
yeah, now it fell on an NPC's family.
Right. And, like, those rats are now just in that cellar, and maybe somebody else will take care of them. But, like, they're there.
Or maybe that's a Skaven incursion.
Right, yeah. Like, something, right?
You know, something that one of my DMs actually did, and, like, props to him, this is a very good idea. He throws multiple different quest opportunities at us at once.
Sure.
And only gives us, like, the time available to pick 1 or 2 of the 3 or 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And he will oftentimes have a rival adventuring party that took the ones that we didn't.
Yeah.
So whatever quest rewards that he prepared, like, if we happen to have, say, a friendly sparring match with that group, like that rival group in the future, they will have the gear that would have gone to us.
Yeah. Absolutely. Which is super cool.
So you gotta split the party and do all 5 quests.
Yeah! That's right.
Solo XPs.
So the other thing, people are already catching on to it. He did say that it doesn't work for me. He's going through very subjective shit. Very subjective shit.
Now, to be fair. Oh, yeah.
In the sense
I was going to say the video, like the title was stuff that's like, oh, it's annoying to me, but that's not even what the video title is.
That's not what the title is, first off. Second off, like, these are things that are annoying to him, yes, but he's also putting it as a greater whole of a problem that everybody who agrees with him should say, we do not want our players and DMs to do this. This is a statement that has been made.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you could say hyperbole a bit, but not entirely, right? This is something that is looked down upon in many respects, and the consistency of him continuing to bring a lot of these issues up makes it so that it's less likely to be just hyperbole. Anyway, so yeah, doesn't work for you, but might work for other people, man. I don't know. Boring and pointless what? Right. Don't run bad campaigns? I mean, all right. Yeah.
Yeah, just don't run bad campaigns, forehead.
Right, exactly. A game with a giant banana? I am in. Yeah.
Yo, right? Like that immediately is like that immediately to me is like, there's a giant banana in here. The fuck?
Right.
I'm interested. You've got my interest.
Yeah, and it might
Can
not
we
get some
like
other
go
people.
over to it, cut it up, and like eat it?
Right. Like it totally depends on the person. Tell a boring story? Yes or no?
Perhaps.
I'm gonna go right down the middle and say maybe. The DM would know what the player will and won't like in the story. Sometimes. I mean,
sometimes.
The thing is, you hope to have something that'll be good for most people, but you can't please everyone. That is just not something that's possible. It is something that can happen, but it's not something that's probable, I guess is a better word for it.
Because I know that whenever I'm writing my shit, I never actually really think like, oh man, unless it's something very, very specific,
right.
I'm not usually writing my shit to be like, oh boy, I'm going to write this specifically for my players.
Right, yes. Exactly.
Unless it's something in that campaign where, so like for the mech battle.
Right.
That was very obviously like, hey, Aiden likes mech battles, and I think mech battles are fucking cool. Let's do this shit.
Right.
A little bit of Aiden fan service.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Yeah.
And then I pitched a race idea for Brogan, the Arachnocrat, because he's very big into theater. So he's really big into the Arachnocrat, and that was, something for him.
Yeah,
I haven't done anything for you particularly, Alejo.
I'm very easy to please, to be fair.
I know. I know you like the roleplay where you're stealing souls and shit, and I know I do too. It's very fun.
I do like that.
Yeah, so
the legalese.
Yes.
And so
I just love anime. Like, throw in anime, like either through like Shadow no bullshit.
Yeah.
Jutsus or mech
JoJo
battles.
references.
Or JoJo references.
And so like
it's been fantastic for me because like this campaign is Gintama times JoJo.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, hell, there even was a JoJo section.
Yeah, exactly.
Where you're literally fighting stands. And I got to aura one of you. I forget who it was.
True. That is true.
I think it was Brogan.
I think it was Brogan because he was the fighter and right in there.
Yeah.
So.
So I don't tend to even write stuff particularly for my players.
Right.
And so there's a good deal of time when the keeper might not either know exactly what the players want or care what the players want. And they just want to tell the story that they want to tell and then tell it in a way that they can enjoy it. Not for them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not forcing how the story will go and all that. And you're writing something that is going to be enjoyable for you no matter what they choose, quote unquote.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, for what I'm going to be doing with my game, it's going to be very character focused. So a lot of the things that I'm going to be doing with it are going to be based heavily off of what those characters are and what they are, like, what their personal goals are and all of that kind of stuff. And what they want to do in my world. It's less about an overarching thing, though I might still add something overarching that maybe ties everything together, potentially. But at the end of the day, what I want to do is have this exploration of what these characters are and what they want with their lives. And like seeing how they deal with situations, whether together or separately. And
Guys, I just pulled the biggest brain maneuver.
Okay.
You know the explosive barrels?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know the dogs?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I suck at hitting the dogs midair with a melee.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw the dog running toward me, and I hit a barrel that I was standing right by, so that the dog would jump on me and then get killed by the barrel.
Hey,
Nice.
there you go. But yeah, so my point being, like, I will have things that are specifically for characters, but I also have that overarching, like, this is the world, and like it's not necessarily for you, right? So I don't know. It's one of those, you've got many different ways that you can go about this. And what they find boring or what they find a bad thing might, well, I guess not bad. What they find boring or entertaining is entirely up to them, and whether it's hand-tailored or not, it might hit, it might miss. There's just no way for you to, like, be perfect with this.
Yeah. And I mean, I remember when I was starting to write my Call of Cthulhu stuff, and I was actually just brainstorming, coming up with ideas. I remember asking all three of you, what are some things that you would like to see in the campaign or just in a Call of Cthulhu game, period? And none of you actually ever gave me that answer. You're always just like, just do what you want. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'm just going to do it.
That's fair.
Yeah, and it worked.
Yeah,
I mean, it works.
Let's be fair.
I feel a lot more, because I mean, hell, everybody keeps saying that they liked my original Call of Cthulhu campaign, so I have high hopes that you're going to enjoy this one, because that one was shit.
Right. Let's see. Boring and lackluster is very subjective. That peaks and valleys over a campaign or game time. There's no easy answer to fixing that situation, even with the best intentions and changes. Yeah. Very subjective, yes. I guess the boring parts are what the beer and pretzels are for. That's right. Can always go back to your good old beer and pretzels. What one player finds fascinating, the other doesn't, and they'll be even in a session or two. You'll find yourself doing something you're not too interested in, but the players are. Yeah, absolutely. It goes both ways, DM or players.
Yeah, like in that campaign with the rival group.
Yeah.
The DM. So this was the first campaign that the DM had DM'd. And he threw a dungeon at us that had a shit ton of doors, and behind every single door there was something to fuck us over. And doors kind of became like an in-joke in the group. So the DM cracked his knuckles one day and said, "All right, bet." And threw, I think the dungeon had probably like doors per square foot capita of like every 15 feet there was a door.
Jesus. It's fair enough. Sometimes the small things stick in your mind the most. Yes. Giant banana versus kaiju peach battles. Hell yeah, I would play that banana and peach battle game.
Fuck yeah.
Give me my Weapon Lord epic battles against one or two douche mega soldier gone rogue. Yeah, why not? Me too, Aiden. Most of my favorite shows are animes. If anime is there, I am there. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Number 5.
DM's ignoring rolls. I try and climb up onto the roof. Oh, 19. You fail. But there's handholds. I've got a rope and a...
We're already like fucking reaching here. Jesus. Fucking ignores a 19. What's the, is the D, okay, context matters here. Is the DC like if you're saying now you're adding the context after the fact of there are handholds, it's like, well, yeah, okay, at that point it's become unreasonable, but at that point, like, huh? How did we get here?
And there are absolute, like, this is a terrible example, but there are times when a DM will, for story reasons, tell you that your crazy good roll will fail.
Yeah.
There are times like that.
Or you're just in a location where it's like, oh, I climbed to the roof. Like, all right, you roll a 19. Cool. Are you climbing to the roof?
Oh. Are you climbing to the roof?
Oh, his internet must have died for a second. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Oh, what happened, dude?
So I have no idea.
That was weird. Anyway, you were saying climbing to the roof.
You were saying, are you climbing up the roof?
Yeah, are you climbing up to the roof of, like, the local tavern or a grand cathedral? That's garbage.
Yeah, those are two different things, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, assumedly, the player would have, specified, they wouldn't try to climb up to the roof of a building that they haven't, like, had described to them.
Yeah. Well, this
hopefully.
August puts a good point. DM's ignoring rolls. Did the DM ask for a roll? What?
That's
was
another
a roll
good point.
even needed? Right, that's the thing. The situation that we have gotten so far is the DM asked for a roll, as far as I'm aware. The DM asked for a roll, because we have to assume that at least. And the player rolled a 19, and then they said no. And then you go, okay. And then they go, but, and then the DM goes, no.
Yeah.
It's like, well, okay. We're already, like, we have such a bad example already. Oh my god. Okay. I roll a 1,000 with no dice and no context, guys. That's right. Yeah.
Grappling hook and a harness. Yeah, you fail. All right. Why do I fail? You just fail. Okay. All right. Well, I try and talk to someone. Make a charisma check. Yeah. All right.
What? You need a charisma check just to speak to somebody?
You fail. Why?
This is such a straw man.
This is a complete straw
man. Like, what
the
fuck are we doing?
This. What the guy?
This is horrible.
Yeah, this is terrible. What the fuck are you on about?
What the hell is?
Like, is this supposed to be the hyperbole here of, like, this is
this what you think some DMs actually do?
Because, dude, I would see this as somebody who's never fucking, like, done any kind of game ever and doesn't care to. Why are they DMing?
Yeah, see, like, you think that. I actually think a different reason.
Go on, yeah.
I feel like this is just trolling. Like, they know exactly what they're doing.
Well, so
and they're just like, you want to talk to somebody? You want to speak to another human being? Charisma check.
Right.
Oh, you fail. You
Sure.
bit your tongue off or something.
Right. Well,
or you're just mute now.
Well, so that's the thing. That would be a joke, and you would play it off as a joke. Right? Like that.
Yeah, right? And I'm like...
But he's not putting it that way.
This strikes me as, like, just shit talking at the table where I'll be like, oh, DC is 35.
Right.
And they go, oh boy, I rolled a 36.
No,
and, like,
it's like, fuck, you still fail.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
I called it a straw man. Yeah. That's just bad storytelling. Why did I fail? You just fail. Move on, dude. This is a bad example. Yeah, no, I know, right? Like, we'll see what we've got here more, because if he just continues off this point and goes, yeah, some people just don't care what you roll, and it's like, who are you talking about? No one who actually runs games is like this, or at least they're so few and far between that they do not need to be talked about.
Yeah, they don't even bear mentioning.
Yes.
It's like complaining that society is full of crazy people because you saw one crazy person on the sidewalk 15 years ago, and you haven't seen one since.
Right. There are aliens everywhere. I've seen one. I promise.
I've seen one 44 years ago.
I saw one in Warhammer 40k.
if you're going to ask for rolls, make sure that the rolls have ramification. If you're going to ask for rolls and you don't want the character to go in that direction, don't just say, well, make a roll, oh no, you fail because the difficulty is 400,000,000 times higher than you could possibly roll. If you do not want the character to go in that particular direction, simply state, well, you look at the obstacle, thing, door, whatever, and it looks impossible for you to go through. It's simply
That's
so
not
well
gonna
made.
work.
Dude, what the fuck are you talking? Just change your plans a little bit. Be a DM and improvise a little bit. Just because they're going in a different direction doesn't mean it throws everything off. You are literally advocating for railroading. What?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, no. There are some roles that are impossible.
So, yes, but that's not what he's saying.
Yeah, that's not the issue.
Then what is he saying?
He's saying that you're calling for a role, and because of that, and you don't want them to go that way, then you just say, fuck it, no. That's what he is saying. He's saying if you call for a role, yeah.
I no longer like this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what the fuck?
There are times I've had to do this before, where there was a path that I needed you guys to follow in order to advance, but there were other things that you could have done, and I just flat out told you, there's nothing over there.
Yeah.
Like, as me, Daniel,
to you
guys.
Who's that?
I don't know, man. It's fucking weird. As me to you guys, I am saying, there's nothing over there. The story is if you go down the road.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't want there to be any ambiguity. And I'm not trying to break your immersion, even though I kind of have to in this moment. Right. But I'm trying to keep the story on track because you're trying to do a specific thing.
Right.
Because now I've put you in this massive world and you kind of have an objective to accomplish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's this petrifying, stupefying fear of just saying, don't do that, do this.
Well, so...
And just admitting that you're railroading for a moment.
So, like, that's the thing. I can understand it to a degree of, like, well, there are better ways to do it, sure.
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
you can absolutely have a person in-game go, there's literally nothing over there. Like, you know. But that's the thing as well. If you know, like, the characters are still going to want to go and explore whatever it is, the players even, because they just do that. Yes. And you literally have, like, nothing to gain from that at all, except for maybe, like, they see, like, 3 people. And, like,
they see, like, a tree or something.
Right. And it's just like, oh, cool. Well, that was productive, right? Like, I don't even have anything for you here. I don't even have, like, the need to make something for you here because sometimes there is just nothing over there.
Yeah.
Right? Then it's like, okay, so me,
yes,
not DM, like, there's nothing over there, right?
But there's nothing there.
But that's specific circumstances, right?
Yes, that's very specific.
And
I've done that once.
Yeah, I remember you did that once, and other times you've gone, okay, guys, I'm gonna railroad for a little bit, but then you're good.
Yeah,
and then after that, it opens up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, I'm putting you on a railroad to get to the open world. That's where this train is taking you.
Yes.
I'm all right with railroading. Like, if you let your players, like, see behind the curtain and be like, all right, guys, just trust me for a bit. Because players generally will work with you.
Yes. Exactly. Because they want to be able to do that kind of content that you have.
They want to see your story.
Your players want a good time too.
Yeah. If you need to, like, take a couple of seconds to make sure that you can get to the next thing, then that's fine. You just gotta be, like, transparent to a degree. Mm-hmm. But anyway.
But this is just way...
Literally, fuck you, this isn't the way, go my way, because it's impossible otherwise. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
the attitude.
It's the attitude. It's purely the attitude, really.
Ugh. This is a D&D horror story in the making with a DM who wants no role-playing or wants to railroad the game into their specific narrative no matter how stupid it is. Oh, yeah.
I feel crit crab coming.
Oh, yeah. I try to make a good video. You fail. Ooh!
Ouch.
I like it. His solution, more railroading. Yeah, pretty much a fail, yeah. Gotta railroad harder. Choo-choo, bitch! You run into an invisible plot wall. Railroading, oh boy. Thomas the Tank, the tank here. Ready to take you kids on a fun ride, unasked ride to hell. That's right. Fun, unasked ride. As long as the players want to go toward the objective, you can help them out. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Sidebar for the table. What is an orange dragon? I saw a thumbnail talking about it. Never heard of it before.
Orange dragon.
I think there's a new thing that's going around for like orange dragon. Yeah, I saw the thumbnail as well. I have no idea. It's not something that was official before. It might be a thing now. I don't know.
The other one that I've seen is a purple dragon. But
I remember that too.
Yeah, I have no idea.
No, there might be just new things that they've come out with, or somebody has made some homebrew that's pretty neat. I don't know. Here's one way that rangers are nice. If they search for tracks, you can tell them which way the tracks go. For the railroad. But like, yeah, what a horrible fucking like point. Stop it.
Yeah.
So slickly designed that you just have no idea how to do it. Maybe if you were 40 levels higher, but for now your character doesn't feel confident they could even attempt it. Done. Don't make me make a roll and then just tell me no flat out. Now to one of my favourite ones.
Oh God.
Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6. I should number these. Players who don't number their lists irritate me.
Oh, he spit.
Number 6. Players who cheat.
That should be number 1.
Ooh! Are we gonna get a reinterpretation of cutting off their hands?
Oh God!
Oh! You don't understand. God. I'm so excited. Oh, I know. I want this. I want this. Please. I've never wanted anything more from video than this right now. Oh my God! Please.
Is there a thumbnail coming
true? Why do you need to cheat?
That'd be amazing.
I will not express my disdain or disappointment in you for cheating. You want to change your roles so that you succeed at everything. That's entirely up to you. In which case, why are you rolling? Why aren't you reading a comic book where the hero cannot fail unless it's one of those types of comics?
Okay.
Cheating is a complete and utter disrespect for everybody else at the table. If the GM cheats, if they change their numbers, if they fudge their numbers, for me, that's a different story. They're trying to tell a story and they're trying to keep you from dying by falling off your horse. Or from slipping and falling and dying as you collapse down a set of stairs. Or from that axe dealing lethal damage in its hit.
All right, okay.
They're trying to keep your sorry ass alive.
Finally, an actual example.
But as a player, you have no agency to cheat whatsoever. You are part of that narrative, yes. You are part of the journey that the character is going on. Yes. It is, however, not your responsibility to ensure that those values succeed or fail. That is simply the function of the Game Master. So when you change your numbers, you're taking away any agency that the Game Master has in order to control their story, and the rest of the players might not need to roll either. If you're just changing the numbers, why shouldn't they just change the numbers? So then you're completely debasing the entire game. This is me being calm about players cheating at an imaginary game. 7.
Damn it,
man!
I wanted it.
That's not what we want.
I wanted it so much. You've calmed yourself. No. Regardless, yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've talked about like fudging before. I don't do it, but I don't fault DMs for doing it because I get it. Yeah, I was gonna say Boo does it, which is fine. I won't know, right?
Exactly.
Like that's the thing. But like I don't care too much in that respect. I would rather it not be a thing, but again, it's what it is at that point, right? But if you're a player and you're just doing that, then like, yeah, go fuck yourself. What are you doing? I don't understand why you're even here for this experience then. Okay. After Orange Dragon, I'd like to try Grape.
Or Apple Dragon.
Oh.
So Flapple. Or the other.
Yeah, Flapple.
Flapple or the Applin, whichever one was it?
No, sorry. I would like to change my answer to Blue Raspberry Dragon.
Oh. And then Lemon? Ooh, Lemon Dragon.
I just get Coca-Cola Dragon. Beer Dragon.
Oh.
It's just like the whole breath weapon is just beer, and it gives everybody intoxication. Either that or it's basically like a beer mist.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there was actually in the campaign with that DM that makes rival groups, he made a coffee pseudo dragon that had the ability to give haste.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
And to tell you what, when I was a high level paladin, like commanding your pets was essentially a free action, and you could only have one pet.
Sure.
But having a free action haste that lasts 1 minute,
Yeah, a little fucked.
was real fucking
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
kind of crack.
Yeah. It was crack. What do you mean?
Yeah. Like literally, he lived just in my armor, so he would haste me and just crawl into my armor, so nothing could target him. And cause him to drop the haste.
Yeah.
And when we fought inverse copies of our party, or no, sorry, it was our party's greatest fear.
Oh, okay.
And my character's greatest fear was like an evil version of himself because he was super self-critical. So my DM got to make an anti-me, and his pseudo dragon was decaf based.
Oh,
And it casts slow on a target.
nice, dude. See, now you need to find if the coffee dragon was like crack. You need to find an actual crack dragon.
Yeah, really.
And I could totally imagine like a drug dealing dragon.
Oktoberfest
My name is
Dragon.
Scaleface.
Oktoberfest Dragon, the dragon everyone wants to party with.
Yep. That's the orange dragon.
Spugs McDragon. Sorry, I was thinking about orange dragons. Did the dude say something good yet? Oh, we haven't even got back to him. Don't worry. Green tea dragon.
Ooh.
Dungeon Masters not giving you any story, not moving the story forward. You stand in a room.
Something else.
What do you
That's
do?
the player's job.
Can we leave the room?
Yeah.
Nope. No doors. Okay. Are there windows? Nope.
Oh, we're getting another straw man.
What?
Oh.
So,
Everyone
hang
fill
on.
out your bingo cards.
So now here's my question.
Yeah.
This room has no doors,
Yeah.
no
How did we
windows.
get in?
Yeah.
There you go. How
Yeah.
the fuck did we get in here?
That's so that's logic.
And
but
that's
he's,
already a story.
right. That's
you get
logical,
teleported
but
in?
he's not doing that.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Right? Like he's literally just going, no, the person that I have made up for this scenario who totally exists is the one who will go, no, you guys are just gonna be in a room.
Yeah, okay,
And
session's
that's
over. Bye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We're gonna just sit here for
it-
3 hours.
It's really easy to come up with points of like, oh, I hate it when people do this when your examples don't exist.
Right.
Yeah. Man. You know
can
what
make
I
them do
really,
whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know what I really hate in games? When you play in the hardest difficulty and you have to walk through a vehicle segment.
Dude.
God. You might think that that's a straw man, but it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
True.
Ugh.
But like, yeah, fucking hell. This.
Yeah.
Why just
Why?
needed to come up with points apparently to fill
You
out your
didn't
fucking
have enough-
list.
Just don't have a 15-point list.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, sure, here's something that I hate, something that no one does. Oh, yeah, okay, sure, we can agree with that.
That would suck if I had to experience that.
It would absolutely suck if anybody did that. Yeah, fuck off.
You know what I hate when DMs do?
What?
Like, I'm sitting there at the table and they stand up in their chair, walk across the table to me, and slap me across the face.
That's the worst, man.
Yeah.
Hate that.
Where's that on your list, guy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The ability of the dice to cause you to fail gives you built-in protection from becoming a Mary Sue. Why would you destroy that by cheating? Well, some people just want to do that, I guess.
So people want to win.
Yeah, they want to win D&D.
I want to win.
There is a like a board game shop by me. I've told both you guys about it, sent you like pictures. My absolute favorite piece of merch that they have there is a t-shirt that says, "I know this is a co-op game, but I'm winning."
Yeah. Yeah,
nice, I like it.
So who's doing the cheating in this example? The player or the DM? Oh no, we're off cheating. This is
we're not cheating.
This is the example of the DM gives no story, which is like
one, that's a bad way to word it, and it's the players who are, supposed to advance the story.
Like,
because the GM can be like, this shit is going on, and then the players can say, we're going to interact with it, or we're not going to interact with it. It's up to them.
Yeah, exactly.
August said at Timothy Martin, that's his superhero persona, Strawman. I present to you an alternative. That's his stand.
Oh,
man. It is his stand.
It is his stand.
What's his ability? We need to come up with
Strawman out of anything.
No.
Yeah, really.
No, he makes... actually, this would be a cool stand power. He makes his Strawman true.
He makes his Strawman what?
He makes his Strawman arguments true.
Oh, true.
Oh. Yeah, no, that'd be bad.
That'd be fucked.
Indeed.
It's
like a reality-altering power.
Yeah.
If you think that's fucked, then you've not seen The World or Star Platinum.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't. But yeah.
I mean, all they can do is stop time and punch shit and do Starfinger, and then that's it.
Right. That's it. That's all.
Or hell, what about no, not Josuke's stand. No, it's
what's
in Giorno's stand. What's his...
Gold Requiem.
Yeah,
Golden Wind Yeah, no.
Yeah, Golden Experience.
God.
Okay. One day I'll learn.
Or Chocolata. Oh, don't. No. Fuck that.
I never thought I'd be spot on with the strawman thing.
Yeah.
It's not a strawman. Playing the hardest difficulty of a vehicle segment is just playing Battletoads. No. Hardest difficulty of a vehicle segment, but not being able to use the vehicle was the thing.
It was Halo 2.
Halo 2.
Master Chief Collection.
Yes, Master Chief Collection specifically because they fucked up Halo 2.
Yep.
Specifically only.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Still fun, though.
Still fun. Still a good game.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sucks that they fucked it up for co-op.
Yeah.
You're in a room with a table and a mirror, but no doors or windows. How do you escape? I know that one.
Yeah.
I know that one. Good one. Some people just gotta cheat. Winning at a board game, gotta cheat. Failing class, gotta cheat. Happy marriage? Oh yeah, I'm definitely cheating.
Nice.
Hell yeah. There you go. You look in the mirror and see what you saw.
The thing is, I can at least understand it for an exam, because at least exams in school don't really teach you much about anything that's actually important in life, and yet they can actually gatekeep you out of getting a decent job.
In some respects,
not all of them, don't worry, but I can actually understand that, even though I didn't do that.
Right.
Pinky promise.
Right, for any legal people listening.
Yeah, no, I know.
What's up?
No, you're good. Don't worry about it.
No, it was nothing. It's just a joke.
You look in the mirror and see what you saw, and you take the saw and cut the table in half. 2 halves make a hole, and you crawl out through the hole.
And you're free.
Yeah. You really want to see fuck stands? Go look up King Crimson. There you go.
Oh yeah, no, King Crimson's bullshit.
Crimson's pretty bad.
Sounds more like a super villain. Yeah. Anyway,
King Crimson is bad. Fucking bites the dust. is bad. Or no, Killer Queen. Sorry, Killer Queen is bad. And Stone Free seems like insane.
Mm.
Oh, what was that stand the baby had it traps you in a nightmare?
Oh,
I don't remember
Jesus.
the name, but it was basically death. It was like a Grim Reaper.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
But the thing that was bullshit was that he... Actually, I won't spoil it. Never mind.
Thank you.
The name of the stand is Ozone or Ozone Baby.
Ozone baby?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like the word
That was in part 3, right?
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
Okay.
On the way to Egypt.
Baby, Standal.
Oh God. Oh.
I love that
15. Oh. All right.
Ceiling? Yes, it's 100 foot above you. Can I climb up the walls?
Oh, I forgot we're still on the
I
straw
search
man.
for secret doors, secret traps. No, make a roll. Nope, you don't see any. Now what? Well, your character... Well, that's it. Well, can I... What should I do? I don't know. You're the one in the box, in the room. Dungeon masters who go, well, you failed your check to find the secret door, so your character now is going to basically starve to death in that escapeless room. That's your grand plan. That is what you think is an entertaining story. Oh, but my job's not to entertain, it's just to create scenarios, I hear the Dungeon Master say. Well, then your scenario was, I'm terribly sorry, awfully, awfully self-centered. Dungeon Masters who...
No one does that.
No one does this. That's the thing. And also,
This
like...
is a high thread count straw man.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I was gonna say, fucking... it's just so... Oh my God. I hate this.
I'll be right back. I'm going to get a drink real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
don't have a story or who make stories that trap the players because the dungeon master's so bloody clever means that you should be writing a book so that you can show off your genius for the rest of us. Those of us who want to play a game and to actually discover a story rather than just be denied will continue to roleplay. Players talking out of character. Now, let me preface this point.
Okay.
If you are role-playing for social purposes, you and a bunch of mates get together once a month to talk about nonsense, drink beer, eat bad quality food or good
Pretzels? Is that... I'm sorry.
quality food, and just talk about life and unwind whilst beating to death some poor innocent imaginary creatures. If that is what your role-playing experience is about, then that's fantastic. But if your role-playing experience is about getting together, creating characters, using a rule system, and trying to tell a story and trying to move forward, talking to me out of character about stuff that has nothing to do with the role-playing game whilst we're role-playing is on my list. Well, there it is, on my list of one of the most irritating things that people can do to me. I'm sitting there trying to figure out how to convince the Elvish ambassador not to go to war, and so-and-so over there goes, "Oh, did you watch the new Avengers? Wasn't it cool the way that Wakanda did this?" What does that have to do with the situation at hand? The elves are about to engage in war.
The elves that don't exist.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, don't get me wrong, guy. Like, out of game character or out of game chatter has its place.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be every bit as contentious to you as you have been to this point.
Yeah.
Because you kind of burned through my goodwill.
Yeah.
And I'm now going to say, well, the elves don't exist, and
Avengers
the
does.
TV show does.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
So now I'm going to say, well, the TV show is more important because it actually exists.
Mm.
Now, I probably wouldn't have mentioned this point had you not burned through my goodwill.
Sure.
But,
Yeah.
fuck, dude, like...
I like it so just to I guess again, sometimes you get reminded of stuff that happened in real life, okay? It's just a thing that happens, and sometimes you like talk about it, because you're like, this reminded me of this, and I need to express my opinion or whatever it is right now.
Yeah, before
it goes away.
Before I forget it.
Yeah, before it goes away into the ether. Now, sure, in the middle of a very important, serious scene, I suppose it's less appropriate, and you could get annoyed by that. Absolutely. But, like, a lot of the time, you know, when we're not in the, like, while we're doing Devils and Dice, anytime that we are talking to Dispotter, we shut the fuck up and we role play. Okay? Every time.
That's a moment that's supposed to have gravitas, and we all sort of
allow
take it accordingly.
Yes.
Because, you know, you're talking to somebody who's literally one step below a god.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, we give that the proper respect it deserves. And if any of us were to, like, start being real, you know, shit and start being jokey and shit and, like, oh, this reminded me, you know, like, it would take away from it, and we'd all go, dude, what are you doing?
It'd break the mood.
Right, exactly. But, like,
it's like if you're in a horror scenario, and you're telling jokes during a horror scenario versus telling jokes after the horror scenario.
So, again,
it's
even for that, sometimes that's a coping mechanism, right? To try to get through it. It depends on the character, really. At the end of the day. But like,
regardless, it still may wind up damaging the mood. That's what I mean.
It could, but this is specifically just out of character stuff. Which is like, if you were just telling jokes in general out of character, then like, yeah, absolutely, it could do that too.
That's what I mean.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So like, if you're telling out of character jokes during a horror scenario,
right? It could very well take away the tension, the mood.
Yeah.
If you were doing a scene that is meant to be comedic with this silly little NPC,
yes,
who is I don't know, a 6-foot tall gnome.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, that's a bit different than talking to Dispotter.
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, and again, I understand you've prefaced this as well of, like, this annoys me. If anybody does this, it's like, okay, sure. I'm sure that there are times where you've allowed it, though. And you've been like, this is fine. I'm sure that that's happened. I'm sorry. I just am. Because it happens in every game. It's inevitable that people who are friendly enough, who've been doing this for a long enough time, will sometimes just banter with each other about real life.
Yeah, friends will be friends.
It's crazy that.
I mean, hell, there have been times when we've gotten together for a session and the banter goes on for so long the session doesn't fucking happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's happened.
That's happened.
It's absolutely something that happens. So, like,
and I'll be honest, that one kind of annoys me, but not to the point where I'll stop it.
Right.
Because I know we're all just fucking friends. We're just hanging out. Because regardless, we're doing what we came to do. We're hanging out. We're having fun.
Yeah.
And
so,
like,
whether it happens by game or by just talking, it's, you know, same goal.
Yeah.
And life happens, and people, like, all have their own lives to live. Sometimes it can get a bit difficult to all catch up with each other.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So if it happens like what happened with us, where we just shoot this shit instead of playing the session.
Yeah.
I would personally, if I were the DM, I would just deem that as needed to happen.
Yeah.
It sucks if you want to watch a movie with someone and they fall asleep and pass out on your couch. But, like, at the same time, they probably needed this.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, the thing is, it annoyed me a bit in the beginning because I'll be honest, I've been doing this campaign so long. It's been, like, more than 2 years now, I think.
Yes.
That I really want to, like, I'm not trying to rush you guys forward, but I definitely want to finish it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that way I can play.
Yes. Yep. Totally.
Because I just want to play something that isn't D&D.
That is absolutely fair.
And when we would go whole sessions or planned sessions and not play, it would kind of annoy me a bit, but now I just don't mind anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's but, like, yeah, it's just, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
There's a time and place, and I agree with that, but there's also a time and place for your out-of-character conversation that you can be having while you're playing the game. Like, it's fine. What he gave of an example is not a dungeon master, it's Dr. Evil. Yep. Puts you in a box, there's no way to get out. That's true.
Yeah.
There are some modules that, if you just follow them as written, could become impossible to finish if you fail one roll. But I assume you were expected to find another way through if that happens. Yeah.
Yeah. That does happen in the old stuff.
Excuse me. Yep. Sir, don't tell me and my players how to play our game. Just because you have a one-track mind doesn't mean everyone else does. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, we were talking about it before. Sometimes, like, if somebody has ADHD, they, like, need to, like, take a second and, like, do their thing. It's just, it is a thing. And again, if you have something that comes to mind and you will forget it otherwise, sometimes you gotta blurt that shit out. It just is a thing. Seems like he has...
I don't know about Guy, but at least in all of my D&D groups, we are all friends, and we treat each other as if we are friends.
Yeah.
True. It seems like he just has bad luck with game groups. I don't even know if that's true.
He has bad luck with straw men.
That's true. That is true. I know that much, yeah. Does he have bad luck with game groups, or is it the other way around? Because I can see both being true.
Ouch.
A person can be too into a game where it's overbearing even when players are being serious, but just make a side comment here and there or need a reprieve. Yeah. Also very true. Very true. Going overboard with role-playing can happen. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it can also be a bit of a drag on the tone.
Yeah. Totally.
If someone's going, guys, shut up. It's game time. D&D.
Right.
It has nothing to do with what's going on. That's my next point. Players not role-playing. Again, if you are someone who is not an actor or a bad actor like myself, if you are not someone who likes to vocalize, if you are someone who is calm and collected and neutral, and for you telling us how your character acts is the best way to express yourself, that's fine.
Good.
That's still role-playing. Not role-playing is where you go, oh, there's lots of orcs over there. And they're tough, are they? Oh, I run in. Why do you run in? That's suicide. Would you do that in real life? No, but we'll just kill the orcs.
What?
How? Mathematically, you don't have the values to...
Oh, now we're... No.
Guy, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but stupid people exist in the world who will just like not think something through and go, "Oh, it'll be fine. We'll just like solve the problem when we get there.
Yeah.
It'll work out in the end."
That could be the character.
Stupid people exist.
That could absolutely be the character. I've played that kind of character before. Fucking hell. Oh my god. You can't then just go from appealing to mathematics, like in the sense of the system itself, like looking at your fucking character sheet and looking at the math.
Action economy.
Yeah, we don't have the damage output to take them all on. Sure, that is true, but why are you using that as an argument for a role-playing moment that this is what they are doing in character? Like what? Like, sometimes people use that as how they roleplay, sure, but other times you have just the base instinct of, I just fucking do it, fuck it, as Aiden was saying. Why are you appealing now to the DM going, mathematically, it is impossible for your group to overcome this? What? They don't know that! What if you put that there? In their mind, what if you put that there for them to overcome? Oh, but I'm sorry.
That's very true.
Guy wouldn't do that because he would say, you look over there at that group and it's impossible. You know it for a fact. Your character knows for a fact that it's impossible.
Maybe if you were 40 levels higher.
Yeah, you know that if you got 40 more levels and your character goes, what's that? And you go, you know.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's like, what a horrible, like, let's just, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, why are you metagaming to explain this shit? I don't
Metagaming was his only option left, man.
I guess so.
That's how dumb the character was, dude.
I guess so. Without even like going for a more like in-universe option of like so as you approach you then like as you're running towards them you see more and more and more waves that are behind the first wave of orcs that you noticed, right? You're trying to give them the idea that maybe it's not a good idea for them to do it and give the character a chance, and even if they go through with it, then it's like, well, I guess that character's dead, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, well, you fucking, I gave you the fucking warning.
Yeah.
You didn't listen.
So, like, I don't know, maybe have consequences to their actions.
Yeah.
If you really want your reality, like, or you want more realism in your game, then fucking do that. Otherwise, you're gonna have to hand to God it, I guess.
Yeah.
In which case, are your players okay with that? Is that something that you just do that they're like, oh, okay. If so, okay. That's how your games go. But you, guy, I don't believe that is the case.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you're appealing to this. I don't
Very
know where
weird.
we are. Where you are.
Here we are.
Here we are. Just running into a fight, to fight the orcs could be fun for someone. Yeah, absolutely.
Indeed.
Not everyone is good at role-playing or even cares for it. Some try their best, but it never clicks. It doesn't make them bad D&D players, but they may enjoy other aspects of the game. Yeah. Also, with all the trolls and idiots that play this game, why does it matter? Why do you care? Why do I care? Why is my blood pressure so high from asking why? I mean, I might just run in to fight the orcs. I guess I can't play with this guy. Yeah, apparently. Because that's just not a valid way to play, I guess.
Your character wouldn't do it. Why would they do it? What's the motivation for them?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, he's telling me that my character wouldn't do that. He said...
Yep.
Oh! Good to know. Thank you for telling me how my character would act. I appreciate that.
Thank you for telling me how all of my characters act.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't you play the game for me?
Mm.
Why don't you just take my character and go home, and you can play the game literally as long and as much as you want?
Why don't you be an author guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
apparently know.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, my character wouldn't do that. Plus 20 to your neck beard, sir.
Into the middle of a... That's not role-playing. That's metaing. We're not here to meta, we're here to role-play, at least.
Wait, no. What you did is meta as the DM after the fact. What they did is go, well, we'll figure it out. As, like, in the game, like, even out of game, if they go, oh, no, my character do that, and we'll just figure it out. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
It's
the choice that
stupid,
you've made.
but-
Let your character feel the consequences of... Let the sins of our characters drip down their back.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Can we watch a
That's
nice
from
video after
Thunder.
this? Guy made me sad. No.
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 No, that's not what we do here.
You're not very experienced with this show, are you?
I know you are for a fact, so I don't know why you even asked. Palate cleansing? No.
Can we do a Garibay video?
I don't know about that. I don't know if we're gonna go past this one
I
video
don't know if I
today.
have the emotional wherewithal.
Brother, this has already taken us 2 hours, okay? Like,
That's crazy.
I don't know if we'll even get to the second video that I had prepared. So, like...
That's what I thought we were here for, apparently not. GM's telling it in a boring way, and by it
Oh God,
Did-
dude, guy, I don't know how to tell you this, but out of a million bats, they can't all be out of the park.
I
Like,
guess the
sometimes things kind of bounce.
the only defense that I could even give him to steelman him even slightly.
Steelman?
Steelman, yeah, the opposite of strawman is steelman.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. The only thing that I can do to steelman him even slightly is to go, this is what irritates him, I guess.
Yeah.
But then I immediately go back to the point that I made of him saying this is something we should all agree that you shouldn't do. So what are we doing? Why are we even here?
Just to suffer?
Sounds like a Denny's night. Treat yourself, please.
Seems like every night's a Denny's night. Or every Tuesday, anyway.
I'm reminding myself this is 4 years ago, just hoping he's improved from his mistakes or rethinks these things. I hope so.
We don't know about these kinds of, like, list videos he's improved, but a lot of his other, like, storytelling videos he has improved.
Those have been better, at least.
Yeah, those are very good.
So I will not say definitively that he has or has not. However, I can say if you look at the trend of his old content versus his new content, you see that his new content has gotten better.
Better, yes. I don't know.
Which would indicate to me it's better than the guy that you see in these 4-year-old videos.
Yep.
But he's
that's the
probably still not quite there yet.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would give at least some money on the fact that he's probably not gotten over all of this.
Yeah, probably not.
My character Leroy would not care about how strong the orcs are. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And then your character Leroy would fucking feel the consequences of it, probably. At least in a game that I would run.
From a Goliath society where might determines your worth. Charge into a group of orcs.
Yep.
Because if you win, it's gonna be pretty fucking great.
Fucking my dwarven societies that live with the frost giants would also do that. You know,
yeah,
like they would.
Aren't they like Slayers, or is there similar?
Basically, if you think of Slayers, yeah, that's like they're not doing it to die; they're just doing it for glory, right?
Yeah, they're just doing it for the wah.
Yeah, basically, ironically.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like
Story. I don't mind a GM who's not excitable, who doesn't do accents, and who is quiet and calm, as long as they're telling me an interesting story. But if for 3 hours we sit there and all that he can come up with is you waddle across a field, you walk across a pathway, you walk across a mountain. Is it a dramatic mountain? Do we have to make mountaineering checks? No, you just walk across it, all right? And you carry on walking, and you walk, and you walk, and you walk, and you walk. I'll say, listen, Peter, would you kindly go and edit yourself down, all right? Because the rest of us actually want to get on with the story.
I'm sorry, pause there. I think if I was running a game and anybody said that to me, you're done.
Yeah, I just
like
edit yourself down.
Yeah, I don't like, know.
The thing for me personally, I don't want to sound like an old man, given that I'm the oldest one here.
Right.
But
if you don't like it, get out.
1, if you don't like it, get out. 2, right now this is my table. I'm the DM. You don't talk to me like that.
Yeah.
Just flat out.
Yeah.
I don't like having to use that term, but you don't fucking talk to me like that.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
There's a certain amount of respect that you should at least give the person who's trying to give you a game.
Because if you are already sitting down to play a game with someone, you have enough faith in that person to be able to present that story.
Yeah.
If you don't, why are you playing with them?
Yeah.
There's no purpose.
The other thing...
There are these key words that we call the social contract.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And like, fucking... Again, is he a Thatcher by day? Like, I just... where is all of this straw coming from?
I don't know. Like,
fuck
man.
Me.
And there are times when you'll wind up doing that. It's like, oh, you walk across the field, and you're just trying to breeze through the travel. Because everybody kind of agrees in D&D that travel's kind of a bitch. It's hard to do.
It's one of those
things,
things...
effectively.
Yes, exactly. It's one of those things where it's hit or miss. Very much so.
And, you can be a great DM, and the problem is that if you focus too much on the travel, then it starts getting boring. If you do too much on the travel, then what are we doing here? We're trying to get to an objective. This isn't really why we're here.
Right.
It's hard to balance. It's very hard to balance properly. And so, man, just that tone.
I know, it's the attitude.
It's just so goddamn disrespectful.
I know. It's this whole fucking attitude. I don't know why he's so entitled to this.
You know, I was literally tossing around like,
should I say the E word?
Technically entitled,
right,
but
right.
I don't know.
I'm gonna flat out use it.
On one side, like, I would say that players are entitled to an interesting story.
Sure.
However,
yeah.
If there is a story that you perceive as not interesting, you can still handle yourself with some decorum, guys.
Yes. Exactly. Because, like, regardless of if it's interesting or not, you can't, like, that can't be something that's quantifiable. You can't just make that a thing necessarily. The DM might find it interesting, but the player might not find it as interesting as they thought. So, like, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I agree, Lux. I would say condescending.
Yeah, condescending is also too. Yeah. That's a good word as well. Oh, yeah, old man boo energy.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. It's just it's one of those things where it just I don't know. It's
because like man, it's just so fucking just nasty, you know?
Yeah. Also a good way to. It just I don't know. It like you said, the vitriol.
Yeah.
Right. Like you can feel it, and it's like he doesn't like this shit, and yet I don't see why he continues to put up with it in the sense of creating it as a straw man.
Yeah.
Because like, I guess maybe throughout his experience, to be fair, he's encountered this a lot.
Maybe
if that is the case, that sucks. Have you encountered it more often than not, I guess is the question. Because, like, how many good games have you had versus these kinds of games?
Yeah, like, man, it seems like the bad ones are, like, vastly more common, apparently.
Right, and they stick out so much more for him, instead of really thinking about, like, the ones that don't have these problems, I guess. But, or is it just the fact that you gotta make this kind of content?
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's the other side of the issue, where I'm like, okay, is this real? like, am I here? Am I existing with this video in my life?
Here we are.
I get the feeling that he sat down at his desk one day and said, "What are some annoying things that people can do?"
Right.
Yeah.
But also, like, he does seem to have, for at least some of these things, like the cheating thing specifically, that he does actually have these opinions as well. So I'm like, how much of this is real? Like, how much of this is Guy? And how much of this is the top 10 list video? You know? But I'm working with what I'm given here, and I guess my best faith interpretation is, man, it sucks for you, I guess. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and like, oh man, you can't get a good game to save your life.
Like, I hope that I'm wrong and that you get many more good games than you are leading me to believe.
Yeah.
I guess is just what I have here.
Boo, are you in a mission right now?
I am, yes.
Well, I just crashed.
Huh.
Yeah. I was trying to join you earlier when you had 3 or 4, but it wouldn't let me. That's okay.
For 60,000 hours. Just go. You walk across plains, across mountains, and across fields, and arrive at Lake Town, or wherever it is that your GM is sending you. If the GM just wants to plot out every single step, they should let you know in advance so that you can avoid that game.
Okay.
All right.
That is a take.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep.
Who wants to be the first?
I'll let you, man. I'll let you. I'm tired.
Okay. So, Guy, thank you for telling me what types of games that I like to avoid.
Yeah. That I need to avoid. Like, this is what I should avoid.
Thank you for getting actually angry with your straw man as if this happened.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like, if he's playing it up more so, sure, travel can be boring sometimes. Fucking, I'm sorry. Deal with it, man. I'm sorry. There's not much more I can do for you, okay?
Yeah.
Have a
Okay,
conversation
so
with your DM and go like, man, I'm having trouble with like how much travel there is. It is taking way too long for me, and I'm losing interest because of it. And then the
Even
DM
though
can
technically the whole travel thing was him just saying, "You travel here, you
I know.
travel here, you
I know,
travel
right?
here, go."
Right,
And
I
that
know.
was the travel.
But like, I don't know. But like,
Ugh.
if again, I'm going from the, I guess, the best, like the smallest thing that I can go for to try to give him some sort of thing to go off. But like, if that is the case, have a conversation with your DM, and then if your DM pulls your table, I suppose, and goes, "Is everybody having an issue with how much travel we're doing?" And they all go, "Yeah," or a majority of them at least go, "Yeah." Then we can talk about how we fix this so that it isn't just you stewing in your fucking disgust of how much travel is going on. And you actually, I don't know, be the change you want to see in this made-up fantasy world. Fucking hell. And if a majority say, no, we don't have a problem with it, then either deal with it or find a new game.
Points out, I like to avoid games with a guy in them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Right.
At least 4-year-old
this
guy.
Is one of my. All of these are my pet peeves because there's no reason for them to exist.
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Like, now I just don't believe you. I'm sorry. I don't know why now, but now I don't believe you.
Yeah, no, like, you lost me.
I don't know.
You had me before.
Yeah, I was there with you before, but now...
I fully believed you before, man.
I did believe that you thought that all of these were, for a little bit, for like a month, but now I've lost it a lot. Like, now I'm more going towards the list element, more so than the actual being annoyed.
What did he say?
He just said that this is what, like, he's just, I'll play it again, but I don't know. It just, for some reason, I just don't believe him anymore.
They should let you know in advance so that you can avoid that game. Right. Oh, this is one of my... All of these are my pet peeves because there's no reason for them to exist.
It's just one of those things where I just don't believe that they're all pet peeves of his, because again, he's creating a lot of them. Like, and I don't know, when he says that there is pet peeves, and he's like telling me now to like confirm it, I guess. It just doesn't feel natural anymore. You know?
The feel, and this is kind of awful to say, but the feel I get off of Guy is his pet peeve is whatever is convenient to him at the moment.
That's fair. At least for this video specifically, I'll agree with you on that. Yeah, I hope he changes some things.
What does Guy say? I want to order from Denny's.
I was gonna say. Obviously, he wants you to, I don't know, what's the most, like, posh thing I can think of?
French toast.
French toast. That's right.
French toast. Or eggs Benedict.
French toast, but you're not allowed to eat it with hands because you were caught cheating week before last.
That's right. Sounds like nitpicking at the moment. No, he's full on straw manning. Like, it's not even he doesn't even have anything that he is like he has
no nits to pick.
So he's bringing up things that could be problems, sure. But he's blowing them either way out of proportion or inventing them.
Yes.
They're not just nitpicks, right? Nitpicking is very, very minute things that don't overall like matter as much. Right? That's what nitpicking is. But like what he's doing is just fucking blowing things out of proportion a lot of the time.
What Guy has done is take a single like piece of straw or hay, one might call it, and lovingly folded it and crafted it origami style into a knit so that he can then.
Yeah. I guess we'll see if they have French toast. Good luck.
If they do, it's gonna be bad. I'm sorry.
Waiting for collecting dice. Oh,
Fuck you!
What?
Oh, no! This is my dice for when I'm talking to elves.
Oh, you're really going off about this right now?
You're going off about having a collection of dice and like
ones
having
that you want
favorite
to
dice.
use. Oh,
I would like to go first on the
Yeah, no,
Oh!
as our resident dice goblin.
Yes.
So in the campaign where I played the high-level paladin that could cast haste as a free action, I had no less than 6 dice sets that I used for my character, and a bunch, like, not every set of dice, but a bunch of them served specific purpose.
Yeah.
Like if I was doing like holy empowered things, I would use my like golden looking dice or like my ghost green looking dice. If I was just making a mundane roll, I would use a normal dice. And you know what? I would look down at my group of like dice in the dice tray, and I would try to pick out that match.
You're right.
Because that's how I like to play my character.
Exactly.
But you know, if I couldn't find it, I'm not going to hold up the table for 10 minutes searching for a dice. But like generally, while a roll is. While the table is waiting for someone to make a roll, conversations tend to break out. And if I can tell someone's in like a heated conversation about some out of game chatter, like I'd be a bit more like, no, I have a bit more time to search, so that way like things can flow.
Yeah.
But like, I never in my life picked up a dice and said, oh, no, that's not the dice I use for this. That's the dice I use for talking to elves. Pick up the next D20. Oh, this is the dice I use for such and such.
Right.
Because no one does that, guy.
No one cares, first off. Like, why would you... It's not a terminal. You don't need to announce it to everybody. Like...
Yeah.
Also, can I just ask, who the fuck are you, guy? Who the fuck are you? Like, to tell us this shit, that this is something annoying, that, to you, that we should all agree is something that we shouldn't have happen at a table.
We should form a cult, in fact.
We should form a cult.
Like, who actually the fuck are you?
I'm going to use... this is my dice for magic.
If you have dice that big, you're not gonna fucking mistake them for one another. Fuck off.
You are obviously trying to. Okay, so here's what annoys me really bad, right?
Yeah.
He is playing a character, and he's like, "Oh, see, hold on, I literally got to quit out of like this queue because I'm so bothered by this."
Yeah.
No, no, go for it.
He's like, oh, I'm going to play this character and I'm going to spend the next minute talking on camera so I can highlight how annoying this character is.
Yep.
But no one does what your character does, so your point is thus invalid.
Yep.
If you are actively making up scenarios so that you can demonstrate a point, but falsifying scenarios, then you're oh fuck, dude! It's some logical fallacy. Your argument is based on quick.
Hold on. I need to know what the
Yeah, I'm actually
Ad
starting to like
hoc?
this plasma gun.
Yeah, ad
Blast.
hoc. That's what came to mind. I don't know if that's a fallacy, but it's
Well, a falsi principiis profici.
sure.
It says, therefore you proceed from false principles.
Ah, yeah. It just
Yeah.
That's for swords. No, that's for... Oh, no. Hang on. I've got to go and get my special dice for when I talk to men wearing three-cornered hats, which is very different from my dice when I talk to men wearing stovepipe hats. Or, would you please roll a d20? Okay. Oh,
There's
I've
a
got
second
60
scenario.
20s here. Which one do I choose?
Hey, it's the same as you, Aiden.
What was that, your roll? No. This was just to see which one I'm going to roll. Oh.
Talked about this point before in your cheating video, guy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Like for one, I'm I'm
forgot.
laughing at it because like the seriousness is gone. Like
That's
there is
fair.
no
That's
credibility to this at
Oh,
all.
no,
And at this point, it's just ridiculous.
even if he has
But
anything,
now you're taking too long.
Right,
You've
even
worn
if-
the joke out.
I was gonna say, even if he has anything valid, I'm sorry, but you've literally undermined everything that you've done. Like,
Yes.
The problem with this video is there's so far been like one good point that I kind
Yeah.
of tentatively agreed on.
yeah,
It's a couple. I will be a generous god, and I will say a couple.
okay,
It is a
yeah,
couple good point
that's fair.
in a sea of bad points,
Yeah.
and all of the points, good or bad, have such horrendous argumentation
Yeah,
that oh god, I can't stand it.
I know, I know. I love dice. What the fuck? I know, right? They have French toast, but they also have French crepes, which sounds even more posh. Maybe I should get that. I think so.
Order some French toast. Sorry, some crepes and some eggs Benedict,
Mhm.
but you have to do it in a posh British accent.
That's right.
Mm.
According to him, players only need one set of dice. Their whole just so they don't use as many dice in one game. Basically.
Yeah, right.
Buy our dice.
Get another set.
There's also a Cali Club sandwich. Oh, that sounds good. I stepped away briefly and came back to him needing to get dice to roll for men wearing cornered hats. What's going on now? Or am I banned for not paying attention? Oh, it doesn't matter what's going on, dude. It's stupid.
No, you're good.
It's actually
Yeah.
It's pointless.
August, to answer your question, he doesn't like when players have specific sets of dice that they use for very specific things.
Yeah.
And he set up a character straw man.
Yes.
Of someone like pausing and hemming and hawing, going, "Oh, what about this? Oh no, that's the D20 I use for talking to men with three-cornered hats.
Yeah.
Oh, what about this set of dice? Oh no, that's the D20 I use for such and such." When no one fucking does that.
Right.
Yeah.
And now it's I'm rolling to see which one I will use for the roll, which is it's whatever.
Yeah.
He does not like players that use many sets of dice during a game, from what I heard. Yeah.
You might have your favorite.
The thing I've noticed, right, is sort of Guy's problem with RPGs stems actually from what caused the first instance of human conflict, actually. And conflict in general, which is you look at a person and go, "Ugh, you're not me."
His problem with RPGs is that other people exist and do stuff.
His problem with cooperative TTRPGs is that there's other players.
Oh, I know.
Man.
I know. There's 7 more fucking minutes of this.
Yep, we're gonna be here another like 3 hours.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Please no.
Dice. You might want to have a dice for every occasion. That's fine.
No, you can't
No,
say that now.
Doesn't seem like it because you've not acted that way, guy.
Contradiction, brother. You don't know.
Select it before it's your turn so that the rest of us don't die of boredom whilst you deliberate as to which piece of plastic you randomly want to roll.
Random.
Random?
It's deliberate.
I just told
first
you I have a
off.
very specific fucking...
Oh,
Yeah, if each one
I
has
have
a
very
different
specific
purpose,
needs.
so if each one has a different purpose, then
not fucking
that's
random.
not random now, is it, guy?
Jesus Christ. His perfect world is just him and his AI players. Yeah, exactly.
Just get 3 fucking accounts in Replica and just play...
Yeah. I'm dying of
D&D.
straw man.
I play D&D with my harem.
Dying of straw man embedded in my skull is very good. Thank you for that. I went with the crepes, but I didn't see eggs Benedict on the menu. Just pretend over medium is fancy. It's not, but pretend. Okay.
No guy.
Okay,
I respect
yes,
it.
it definitely is.
I respect it.
Yes.
I hope the crepes are
And
good.
hope they're good.
By the way, we have like eggs over easy, eggs over. Oh wait, no, never mind. We do. Never mind. I'm stupid.
Okay.
Ignore me.
Ignored.
Yes.
To create your
Blocked.
number.
Blocked, reported, not adding to the algorithm.
Players
Molding ratio.
Right, yeah.
Not commenting.
Yeah.
No
to
interaction.
create your number.
I also
Players
don't believe that he's
not-
that mad.
Oh yeah, no, he's playing it up.
Yeah.
He's
man.
like I can't believe it anymore. I just can't.
Yeah.
And like the fact that like it just pisses me off. That's all.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know I integrity, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Alejo
Integrity Martinez over here.
That's right. Hello.
Yeah.
But like
Hi.
I just don't. Why?
I don't know.
Why did this like? I need to see how this video even did. Like, I guess in views and stuff, how it's doing right now. Because I can't believe that this is something that people have watched and are like, this is okay. 468,000 views overall. Yep. Fucking.
Now it is 4 years ago, and how many subs does he have?
229,000.
Okay.
He's got and it's got 14,000 likes to 1.3 thousand dislikes. It is really well received.
What the hell?
I just can't understand. Were they accidental clicks? No. No, they weren't.
Not that many.
No, they can't be.
Vitriol sells. In fairness,
I know. I get that. I do get that. But at the same time, when you watch this for any amount of time, I feel like you can immediately start talking about it and going, "What? What are you saying?" Like,
form a cult. Sign me the fuck up.
I'm gonna spin this Beyblade to pass time and keep focused because, oh my god, guy. Sorry, guy in the video. I rolled a nat 1 on my give a fuck set. I just...
Talking or acting as a group. What do you think?
Sorry. I want that full fucking point.
We'll have to go back.
Turn so that the rest of us don't die of boredom whilst you deliberate as to which piece of plastic you randomly want to roll to create your number. Players not talking or acting as a group.
What
do you...
I assume that this is like, they're not totally cohesive all the time.
Yeah, guy. So characters have different desires, and sometimes those desires are in conflict with each other.
Yeah, and it can create good stories.
Sometimes they're at odds with each other.
Yeah.
Remember that time that Boromir did that thing, and then he got that thing done to him?
Yeah.
Real bad.
Pretty bad.
That I would say was a great character moment.
A lot of people must want to hear the things he's saying. Dude, I know. It's hard for people to tell the difference between reason and what they want to hear. I know. It's part of the reason why I made this fucking channel.
We are what you want to hear.
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, hey, they bought our dice and they're giving us their money, so
That's true. People not acting cohesively, that's called humanity. Or it just started playing, on autoplay and they did not see it. It could be also true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You ever worked at a job, guy? You ever had a manager?
They want to make you do things that you don't want to do. It's crazy, man.
What do you think we should do about this elvish problem?
That's very racist.
Right? I think we should probably go and attack the elves.
Okay.
Yeah, you happy with that? No comment. All right. No feedback whatsoever.
No. He gave you his feedback. That's what he wants. Like, his character wants to do that.
Yeah.
Even in your fucking straw man that you're making. Just, is there even a point? You know?
Why are we here? Just to suffer.
Yeah,
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
That's right, yeah.
Why are you?
I wish I knew that guy's name.
Are you?
I can't
You're
remember,
here to just listen to the story. That's fine. Except when you attack the elves, and then this individual goes, "Told you we should attack the elves." No, you didn't. You didn't.
No, okay, now we're also creating that this man who gave his opinion also is just a dickbag who, like, says, oh, no, I said not to do that. Fucking, like, stick with you. Like, fucking, I guess the straw man has many fucking partitions of straw.
It's lovingly crafted straw man.
It is.
You can see the effort.
It is frayed as anything in the proper places so that it can have as many different personality traits as it needs.
Mm-hmm. All of them bad.
I know. We gotta get rid of the elves. That'll solve everything. Consensus? Nope, just me. No. So that's the thing. He's against this, whereas one person's like, all right, what do we want to do?
We should do this.
And then the other person's
the other guy said no comment.
Right, exactly.
There is Schrodinger's straw man, but I posit that we change it to Guy's straw man. It simultaneously exhibits every personality trait.
Yeah.
Without having ever existed.
Yeah. Is there a browser extension that automatically...
No, it apparently exists.
Right, exactly. Is there a browser extension that automatically likes videos when they play? Is that a thing? No. He said in the beginning to like the video if you agree with any of it, or like just subscribe if you super agree and all. Like, he did the thing in the beginning. Where that everybody has to do in order to get likes. So
yes,
like that I to a degree, likes are meaningless in a lot of ways, but to a degree they're not at the same time.
All about shorts now.
Yeah, true.
They're comfy and they let you run around in the grass. I can never remember that exact quote, man.
That's fine. I still get it. It's good.
They're comfy and easy to wear.
There you go.
That's it, yes.
The straw man has multiple personalities, according to Guy. That's right. He rolled a nat 20 on straw man. Yeah, that's true.
Didn't actually say don't attack the elves. You never actually articulated. Oh, well, it was a stupid idea.
Well,
players who, after the fact, make stupid comments are
that's just called an asshole.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
If your point sums up to I don't like people that are mean, then yeah, no shit.
Yeah, welcome to humanity, I guess. Have you been here long?
Also, dude, boo! Look at this
I
guy,
see him.
the flamer.
I see him.
irritating people at the table. That then leads to the next.
Oh, that was the whole thing, really? Just somebody who says something after the fact that might be kind of dickish. That's it? Wow.
I guess so.
I guess that happens so much that, like, and it's not a joke ever. Ever. So, don't worry about it. See, I can be hyperbolic, too.
Guy's hot take, he dislikes players that are mean.
Yeah, I know.
Players not planning. I hate it, absolutely hate it as a DM when my players charge in. I hate it even more when I'm sitting at the table and I'm going, all right, guys, okay, so the elves are in that cave there. Do we know of the surround? Why are you charging in? We don't even know what's in the area around. How are we going to get them out once you get in? No, we'll just go kill them, it's fine.
Get out of these games, guy. Just leave. Like, you apparently
look for a
never
group that employs strategy. That's not hard.
You apparently never.
Do you vet anybody that you play with?
Yeah, I was gonna say you never met these people before. You don't know how they work. You don't know what their characters are gonna be at all. Even after like the first session, you have no idea what's going on here. So apparently, like you just there was no interaction. So like
and then you're joining. So sorry, and then you're fucking joining a group that you know nothing about, and then when they do something that they're probably used to doing, and you don't like it, now you're telling them they're doing it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, like, oh, I don't like players that go in. Well, dude, some characters just go in.
Yeah.
Like they in fact designed a class around it. It's called a barbarian.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. So if you don't like it, then ostensibly, given that I'm like also trying to play Dark Tide.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Given that you have admitted that some players just don't act how you like, and you'll just go like, nah, you fail. What if the player just decides to go in and play their character like how their character is? Do they not act according to their character's wishes because you apparently know the characters better than the players?
Exactly. I feel like he lost the plot. Oh, it's been ages since we've been in anywhere mappable.
We've had the plot.
Yeah. You can't see it, but I'm banging my head on my desk. Please don't. Please be alright. Are they not experiencing consequences when they don't plan, right? Of course, they might figure out what to do on the fly. Also true. The other thing...
Sometimes going in is the answer, guy.
Yeah. Like, and the other thing is that sometimes your plans just fall apart regardless, so...
Yeah.
Sorry. It might just end up with you fucking going in. Like...
Yeah.
Okay, sure. We'll just go kill them. We'll just kill everything. Because why bother planning? All right, so we're trying to break...
and if it works out,
like that.
Yeah, I was going to say. It's just...
It is a valid playstyle, guy.
Yeah,
it really is.
It is...
Not recommended, but valid.
Right, exactly. Like, fucking... What game did you sign up for? Where, who...
Come on.
Again, you didn't talk to anybody, I guess. Whatever.
Into the castle. Yeah, you're...
TTGPG. Tabletop guy playing.
Mm.
Because you don't pick your role. You don't play how you want. You play according to how guy wants.
I'm pretty sure no planning is how Knives Out and Glass Onion were made. No, they had a plan. It's just a shitty plan. It sounds rude to say you know a character better than a person that made it. And am I wrong? Oh no, absolutely, yeah. That's the thing. Like, he hasn't said it explicitly, but that is his implication. Every time he's going like, you're not playing the like you shouldn't be like, why are you? And every time he's against what a player might decide, he's decided how the player is going to be, like how the character is going to be, because he knows better. Like every
just
time.
So you know, I have hard crashed kind of.
Yes, I saw you disconnect. Yep.
Just
going to disguise yourself as a washwoman. Do we know that the castle uses washwomen? Do we actually know that? Do we know what days they go into the castle? We can find this out. We can plan.
Yeah, and you know what's funny as a DM? When you know that the castle does not, and then you have a bunch of players who all show up very Monty Python-esque, like, oh, we're the washwoman, and like the guard like raises an eyebrow and goes, oh, really?
Yeah.
We're here to wash your gob. You have the gob to wash. Put it on the wheelbarrow.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Gob!
There's
Yeah,
just a pile of
gobs.
it's a pile of what looks like a bunch of soiled linens on the wheelbarrow, but underneath it is like your gnome rogue who's just hiding under waiting.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it would be, oh man, that'd be great.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Like Monty Python style heists and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be funny. And like, so here's my other thing. If you go into a scenario like that, what is to stop the DM from just saying, like, so unless the DM has every detail of this castle planned out and all that, like he knows, like if there are washwomen and shit, what's to stop the DM from saying, huh, yeah, that might work, you know? And then all like in the background, he's like, yeah, this castle does have that. No, everything is planned out. Nothing can be changed.
Yeah.
Nothing moves according to the player's actions.
Remember,
nothing.
You have to stonewall the fucking players whenever they try to do anything that's not within your design.
Yes.
So fuck it.
Yeah.
And do research before we attack. No, you want to just attack. Okay, good.
You've never played Warhammer.
You're not a planning player. Well, you might have very fast games that end very shortly, but it's not for me. I like to have players who plan. I like to plan with my fellow players.
You like it.
That way when
I was gonna say you like it again.
You like that.
You're saying the words, but you don't seem to realize what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like they're just coming out of your mouth, and nothing of your brain is going, well, wait a minute. Does that mean that other people like to play things differently? And that's okay if they did? Wait a minute. No.
Well, they can. It's just not okay.
Oh, that's right. I hate this video.
And goes wrong, we can go, ha, we didn't see the fact that they only hire frog washerwoman.
What?
I don't know.
They only hire frog washerwomen?
I get. Yeah, I think that's what he said, and I don't think it matters enough to
falls out of this guy.
Yeah, I don't think it matters enough to go back for. I really like it doesn't add to anything.
It's like her head exploded.
Now, this is a little bit of an incorrect term. Let me say analysis paralysis people, or anal paralysis people.
Oh,
people who go, all right, so we're going to go south. Yes.
Here's a grenade for you. Back here.
No. You want to go north to the woods, all right? Yes, you raise a good point. We haven't investigated the woods yet. All right, so we're all going to the woods. Yes, and no, you want to go east now. You don't want to go south anymore? I thought you wanted to go south. No.
Now, to be fair, there are actually people like this, but it's never to this extent.
I was going to say...
Can you explain this to me? Because his point is so muddled.
So far,
I don't understand it.
So basically, analysis paralysis is when you wind up having players that are like, so you walk up to a lighthouse and you want to knock on the door, right? It's like, well, we don't want to knock on the door because we don't want to give away our position in case there's any bad guys here. But we can't go back to town because this, and then we can't do that because of this. So, or should we do this? No, we can't do that. Should we do that? You know, it's this really simple scenario that people wind up it's basically people overcomplicating things and getting stuck in that process of overcomplicating. You've actually experienced it, Aiden. Remember that time we burned, Alejo, remember that time we burned down a door in a cave?
Yeah.
That was a result of that.
Yeah.
And there's a dog on me, by the way.
The problem is that I've lost so much good faith.
Exactly. Yes.
That it feels more directed towards the fact that he just doesn't like when people don't like make a decision regardless.
Yeah, he just doesn't like it when people don't play the way he wants them to play.
Right. And like I hope that I'm wrong, but it really just feels like he doesn't like when people are unsure. And like analysis paralysis happens. It's a thing. It is just something that you kind of deal with as a person, regardless. Like it can be something that halts the game up a little bit, but sometimes you have to just take a step back and like take a breath and, you know, like actually center yourself and all that kind of stuff. And it's something that, like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like something that I would ever complain about, because sometimes people just have a problem like making a decision.
Most of these, Alejo, actually, I had that point in common with a bunch of the things guys mentioned.
I know.
Most of them seem like things I would never complain about.
No, exactly.
Because I like to treat my friends well.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing, right? Where it's like, now he's talking about this, and it feels so, like, just flat out just mean. Yeah. Like, it's just like, so you are actually having a difficult time deciding something. Now, regardless of whatever reason it is, who gives a fuck? You're just, it's bad that you are doing that. And it's like, oh, okay, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, you're creating this scenario and you're populating it with your little characters, like these people in your mind that do this, but you're not, like, you just don't seem to give it any other thought other than the very surface level thing of, you are interrupting my game.
And you bad.
And that's bad. And it's like, fuck you, man. Sometimes some people have some problems. Maybe, I don't know, help them out a little bit. Maybe be a better person?
Be a great GM!
Or a great player.
Great game master.
Right? Like, it just...
Chop that man's head off with a shovel.
Nice. Just play Ticket to Ride if you want to railroad so much. Sorry, you were gonna say?
So, Guy, far be it from me to criticize someone's hustle. Like, you need a paycheck, dude, I get it, I relate, like, I'm right there with you. Like, you are a YouTuber, YouTube is a paycheck to you. However, in regards to the quality of your video, I gotta say this ain't it, Chief.
No, it's, again, integrity.
It most certainly ain't.
I have extreme analysis paralysis to a point it makes things like character building in particular difficult for me. I could talk about it in great detail because there have been several psychs I've talked about this with, but there's solutions to help without acting like a whiny man-child when it occurs to someone else. Yeah, exactly. I don't, like, this is just a bad look. Like,
If I were to describe Guy in a word, I think petulant.
Yes.
Very good, yeah.
Also, I got down by a dog. I'm gonna need help.
Don't just run in, but don't think about what you're going to do either. I've driven back and forth across the city for a full hour before because I couldn't decide where I wanted to go that day. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Like, that's the thing. It happens to everybody at least once or twice. For some, it's more than others. But, like, in a fucking, like, again, I get your time is valuable. We all have a very limited amount of time. But, like, fuck off.
Drop your healing, Aiden. Oh, wait, no, you're good, you're good.
Oh, well, I already did.
Yeah, no, you're fine, you're fine. I forgot that you get up with a full health bar other than your corruption. But anyway.
I know the video is not over, but I give it a D-. No, I give it an F. It is not good.
East is the way to go.
Here, Brett, you gotta come with us.
We do have that side quest.
I'm getting medicated.
All right, so East, yes. East, yes.
All right.
Myself, actually, I'm
good.
I think South is better, actually. Yes, South, yes, South, yes, South. No, but you said yes, but now you want to go East.
See, now this reminds me of a funny video where it's a Ryan George video where it's like the whole, you son of a bitch, I'm in. It's that.
Yeah.
Have you seen it or no?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. So it's like, you son of a bitch, I'm in. Well, if he's in, I'm out. What? Yeah. Oh, well, if he's out, then I'm out. Oh, if he's out, I'm in. It's like, well, wait.
Yeah.
So everybody's fucking leaving.
But that was a funny video.
That was funny.
This is taken seriously.
Yes.
Like, which is fucking stupid.
Yeah. I guess I'm trying to think of anything.
I know
but this.
yeah, and I appreciate that. You've reminded me of good things. Lucky to get a 10%. Yeah, I know, right? This video's a train wreck.
Yeah.
Who get stuck in these cycles of we're not taking a decision, we're going south, no we're not, we're going north, no we're not, we're going east. Whoever runs, I've seen this so many times at tables that, not that I've been playing at because this never happens, I'm too much of a bastard, but at tables.
Oh.
Then why are you
It's
fucking
never
putting it
happened,
in your video of things that annoy you?
I guess he can be annoyed with something that doesn't happen to him, I guess, but it really doesn't help your credibility.
Yeah.
In this video.
Because then it's like, how many other things don't happen to you?
Yeah.
How many other things have you not openly experienced?
You've opened up the door that I opened before.
Yep.
I
You
opened
walked
up
through the
I opened
door.
up the fucking windscreen and I was like, yeah, I mean, potentially there's a problem here. And then you just opened up the door off the hinges
You just
and you're
fucking
like,
drove your fucking... You got fucking Freebird solo playing, no fucks given, ram that semi-truck
giving me-
straight through the fucking wall.
giving me a reason to believe my previous point that I said it was a possibility. A railroading train wreck, huh? Yeah.
Tables where players
House
get
was
so
constructed
frustrated
on
with
the
one
track.
because no one is willing to say, this is what we're doing and stuff you all if you don't come with me. We've been spending an hour debating on which course of action to take and we have got nowhere. By now the Empress has taken over the entire planet and we are all her loyal subjects.
I mean, I would say that it is kind of your job as a DM to kind of notice when this is happening.
Yeah, and kind of just, you know,
push things
make the
along a little
decision.
bit. Yeah, like just put it to a vote, like for right then. How many of you
That
want
is
this?
something that, even if it does happen, most DMs love that happening.
Yeah, also that.
Because
I like
the fact that they are passionately arguing about what to do
Yep,
shows that they are involved in your world.
exactly.
Yes.
I
It
did-
means they give a shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Additionally,
right.
it gives you the time as a DM to cheekily check your notes or
Yeah.
stuff your face.
Yes.
Or both.
True.
With your stuff your face with your notes.
Mm.
He's annoyed by what other people are doing at their own tables. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. It's great. Isn't it great? He's acting like there's a time limit, like a video game. Well, it's just, yeah, that's the thing. Yes, there could be a time limit in the sense of like a session's only like 3 hours or less or more, you know, but like at the same time, they're going to spend the time how they want to spend the time to a degree. Come on.
Yeah.
Let them at least have, if they want to debate for an hour in character, like there's
is it
a
not-
reason for it.
Is it not their adventure guy?
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
yes, you are also involved, and yes, I understand the DM also wants to have fun, but the players also do want to have fun. If they're having a good time doing this, and they're actually, like, giving a shit to do this enough, like, and none of them are going, well, no, this is, we gotta stop. Like, this is, you know, they're doing the roleplay thing that you just were like, I want you guys to roleplay, but not this hard.
I want you to plan.
They're having in-game chatter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't have joined this game.
Exactly. That's the thing we kind of get back to. If, again, you don't have this happen in your games, apparently, so, like, okay, cool, good for you, man. Don't tell other people that they can't.
Players get irritated with each other. I get irritated with players when they just don't make a decision. Someone has to hold the flag and say, this is it. This is our choice. And of course, then, my very last peeve.
Oh, thank God.
In this very self-indulgent video, I will admit, but sometimes it's good to express, and I hope.
No, I'm sorry. This was not a good thing to express. I'm sorry. I'm fucking talk to somebody that actually gives a shit. You're creating.
How rude, Alejo.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like,
This is the internet. You can't be mean. Guy will make a video about you because you're being mean.
Good. Fuck it. Who cares? Legitimately, this is horrible. This has painted you as such a bastard. Like, and you've said you're a bastard, but like, actually, like, you said it in a joking way. I don't like this side of you, sir. I don't like this side of you that you are just expressing. Because regardless of whether it's a subjective personal thing, you're also, again, making it a call to action. Which is horrible. Horrible when you are creating arguments out of nothing. Things that do not need to be, like, pointed at because they don't exist.
So,
yeah.
I will say that about guys' self-indulgent video or whatever. I'm fine. Like, yeah, for sure, venting can be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that you recording this video was a bad idea. I think you choosing to upload it was the bad idea.
Yeah, I suppose that's a better way to put it. Because, like, well, regardless, it's just, again, you don't do a pass-through, you don't think about what you've put here, you've written these down, but you didn't think about them in the slightest. Like, again, do you have no, like, integrity for what you're saying? Because, again, do you realize how you sound? Obviously not. And obviously a lot of other people didn't fucking realize it. So, like, I don't...
You know, this is something that I would recommend Guy shows to his D&D group that exists. And say, what do you guys think about this? Feel free to be critical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This shop is cycled in.
Oh, it has a...
Yeah.
Express less. Maybe the gnome wants to talk about his favorite foods for an hour, so be it. Even if it is subjective, there's some bad attitudes. Oh yeah, absolutely. This is not the way that you should be handling a lot of these situations. I agree, this video needed more thought put behind it, and some editors.
Yes.
Good.
A lot of the people that we watch just don't use editors.
Or they don't self-edit, I guess.
Yes. Don't worry, I'm using an editor for my shit.
Those critiques will be coming from his AI players. Ah, yes.
You ready to go, Aiden?
Yeah.
Okay. There wasn't nothing in your shop.
You are sitting there going, yes, yes, I hate that too. I am not alone. Right. Or you are sitting there going, right, so 15 out of 15. Not bad, I passed, right? Full marks. I got everything on that list. I do everything. I do all of that, yes. Again, this is what irritates me.
If you got 15 out of 15, dude, I will buy you a beer. Because you are a caricature of a human being.
Yeah, you don't exist. I'm sorry.
Yeah, goddamn.
I don't believe that you're real, and I want to understand how I don't pass through you when I put my hand on your shoulder. Like, I don't.
I will buy you a beer specifically because I want to see if the beer, like, just, like, dribbles down through your body because you don't exist.
So if you are a perpetuator of one or many of these things, and your party, real life party, celebrates when you walk in. Oh, Ryan, come in, sit down. Not that I'm saying that Ryan's a bad role player. Ryan, come in.
No, but you said Peter was before, so
yeah,
I guess Peter's fucked.
Sit down, that's absolutely fantastic. Oh, Henry, absolutely wonderful. Come in and sit down. Oh, Barbara, look at you. You're looking smashing. Come in and sit down. Oh, Felicity, look at you. You look, God, you look awful, but come and sit down anyway. Tell us all about it. If that is the response that people have to you when you come in, and you do a lot of these things on this list, then you're doing it right. But I will never say those things to you if you do these things and you're arriving at the table. I'll actually say...
Yeah, and you're trying to propagate that other people shouldn't too, so...
Yeah, that's the problem.
What does that fucking mean?
Saying, oh, who freaking well told so-and-so that we're actually playing today? I thought we'd agreed that we were getting... No, we didn't, of course, because... Analysis paralysis...
No, we should exclude... We should exclude that guy, because I don't like him.
Alright, so, you know what? Hold on, I need to hear him say this again.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Oh, we're playing with a guy named Corvus.
Ooh.
It's a psyker.
Oh, I thought I.
Oh, did you not hit?
God, you look awful, but come and sit down anyway. Tell us all about it. If that is the response that people have to you when you come in, and you do a lot of these things on this list, then you're doing it right. But I will never say those things to you if you do these things and you're arriving at the table. I'll actually be saying, oh, who freaking well told so-and-so that we're actually playing today? I thought we'd agreed that we were getting... No, we didn't, of course, because analysis, paralysis, vacillation, etc., etc., etc. So, my last...
So I can't say I wouldn't say that about someone because I probably would, but to my friends in a joking manner.
Right.
Yeah.
The joke.
Yeah.
It's different.
I play D&D with people that I'm friends with,
Yeah.
and I would never treat my friends like that.
No, exactly. I don't like fucking like I really care about the people that are in my D&D group, that like all of the ones that I've been in, because I actually I consider them to be friends.
Yeah, because you wouldn't play with somebody if they weren't a friend.
Not usually, no. I don't play with random people. And like even if I were to play with random people, I wouldn't be such a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like, cause one, I just don't do that. That's just not how I am. But also, like, there's no like why would I? What do you gain here from making yourself look like this?
And just
from acting
present
like a
yourself
high
as such a
schooler.
snobby asshole.
Yeah, acting like a high schooler is a really good way to put it, though. Like,
oh, look at me, I'm a high schooler. I haven't mentally developed empathy yet.
Yeah. This video
It's just kind of a level of social awkwardness that is kind of that I don't like to use this. I don't like to say this. I think you know where I'm going with this.
Cring. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, like, it's a level of social awkwardness and social unacceptance that I rarely see in anybody outside of, like, autistic people.
Oh, okay. It's
not even that, like, you know what? That's not really what you know what I mean.
You know,
not being mean about it. It's just that level of not understanding.
Right.
That's all.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's
very weird.
Because I don't.
Wait. Sorry. No.
Oh.
Grenade at my feet.
Yeah, I don't get why one would.
Why you say these things?
Yeah, exactly. I don't get why you would say this stuff and then present this as something that's like, yeah, sure, you can vent it to yourself and such, but like when you put it out in public, when you air out all this dirty laundry that you've got out in public.
Yeah. Well, it's not even just in public; it's the internet.
Well, it's as public as it could be, you know.
Oh, I know, but like saying in public is slightly more different than saying to the entire planet.
That's true.
Like theoretically,
yeah, this could be seen by literally anybody.
Yeah.
In 4 years from the time that you did it, you know, and like I'm absolutely going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he has changed at least as much as like not being this bad.
Oh yeah,
because everyone grows up. To a degree, everyone grows up.
And they grow up and they get arrested. So
right. And I want to believe that he's at least grown up to the point where he understands that some of this stuff is not acceptable. And that there are better ways of handling this. I want to believe that, and I'm going to believe that, you know? But like, this is crazy that it still exists, you know? It's still up, and I don't know if he ever said anything about it in anything else, to be fair, if he's ever acknowledged this video even exists since then, right? And said, no, I've changed since then, right? Which would be something, I guess, but at the same time, I'm not going to condemn him like entirely for what he's said in the past.
Yeah, because we're not cancel culture.
Exactly. I'm not gonna be a fucking Twitter mob and go like, oh, fucking, this guy sucks.
For something he said years ago.
4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Because again, that's not the point. The point is that this video, this person that I am looking at right here, I'm not a big fan of.
Yes, this person from 4 years ago was a shitter.
Yeah. So like,
and not in the good way like us.
No, exactly. So like, and again, the lack of self-awareness and integrity that I have seen portrayed here is disturbing to me.
Boo, there's some great here.
Okay.
So
no, never mind the Ogren. Got it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't entirely understand what he just said. Hopefully you got it in the replay of it.
Lux, to answer your question, because I saw when you posed this
was that
comment.
Oh, sorry.
It was guy said that if you do everything on the list, you may be received in your group. When they see you, they'll be like, "Oh, hey, Lux, come on in."
Right.
And these things are annoying to me, and I certainly would not say that. I would greet you coming in with a, "No, who told so-and-so we were playing today?"
Yeah, which is just so unacceptable.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would try to perpetuate this.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't get that. I want to socially ostracize this person because of a D&D game.
Exactly.
Like,
man.
What? I'm sorry. It's just, what are you saying? You know,
there's just too much anger.
It really is, and I don't believe that it's all genuine. But this one is weirdly specific. I don't know. I understand what you mean, but there are levels to which, where even with autism, there's a point to where it's unacceptable.
Yes.
There's a severity of autism where they consciously will never get it and always need that help, but that's what's here cannot be tolerated because he's displayed a high level of awareness and control. Yes.
Yes, exactly. True. That's why it's like that's the only example that I knew that I could give.
Yeah,
effectively.
It's to get that like the idea across at least, because it's not necessarily that.
Yeah.
It is reminiscent in a way. Right.
Yes,
and it's the only way
just
that you
can, level of not understanding.
Right, and it's the only way that you could get a point across. Yeah, tone deafness is a great word for it too.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, that's a much better way. To say it.
I guess he's abusive basically if everything he's saying is true. I hate to say it, or he was at the time.
I don't know if I quite say abusive, but definitely toxic.
It's toxic as fuck. I would say absolutely. He might have been talking out of his ass to some degree. I've seen him do that. Absolutely. Yeah, we've seen him do that. Abso-fucking-lutely we have. He's admitted it, too. Thanks for not being like this guy, Boo, Aiden, and Alejo. Well, thank you for...
We are too moderate to do that.
Yeah, thank you for not thinking of us in this way.
Yes. Because, I mean, hell, we had that moment with fucking, with August when he was like, oh, man, I don't like,
how we were talking about
session zeros, and we were like, oh, okay, yeah, well, like, what's your reason? Because that was legitimately a viewpoint we had never heard before. I was genuinely curious as to why you would have the viewpoint.
Yeah, and we
because that's the thing. I think Aiden, I don't remember who was the one that said it. It was either Aiden or a commenter. Don't see it as being proven wrong. See it as becoming correct.
Yeah.
I think that was a commenter.
I think
that does not sound like something I would say.
Okay, but yeah, no, it was a great phrase, and I really like it.
Yeah. Even talking out of your ass is dangerous in itself. Oh yeah. Yeah, toxic would be the word. Yep. Yeah, toxic. Believe me, I've argued with others about that, and they deem me a red flag. Well, that's the thing. When people just see the thing and they don't take the time, right? If you don't give like the other side a fair shake and an actual like a way to present the argument that they have, like then like you're already like the person that you're talking to is a red flag if they're just not going to give you the time of day for your argument, right?
Like I am more than happy to be proven wrong or
Yeah.
to hear arguments that I initially disagree with.
Yeah.
But I believe everyone should get the respect of being able to tell their argument until like with a notable little asterisk of, but if they burn through your goodwill, then fuck them.
Yeah.
Putting down name.
100%. 100%. We're almost fucking done with this. Oh, I always try to see all sides. Good, you should.
Oh, Aiden, you can get an ammo crate here. Here in the middle.
Last point.
There you go.
All right. Would you roll a d20, please? Oh, yes. I'll roll a d20. All right.
So
I got
D6.
6. Yes, you got 6. If you are a first-time player, absolutely understandable. Completely understandable that you roll the wrong dice. These are very, very, very similar looking shaped dice.
No, they're not. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, a D12 and a D20, yes.
People roll a D20.
So his thing is going to be, if you've played the game for more than being a new player, which who fucking knows, like how long that is for him, first off. His point is going to be, if you accidentally roll the wrong dice, that it annoys him. Yeah. Which I immediately am like, dude, have you never made a goddamn mistake ever? Jesus Christ. And if he doesn't have that as the argument, then I'll be happy that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But like, dude,
calm down.
And again, he's already prefaced this as his level of pettiness, I guess. Which it's like, dude, why? Again, why are you putting this out there? Do you understand what this means?
And a D12. It is difficult to see that this has a 12 on it and that this has a 20 on it, especially if you pick it up and they both got the same number on it.
Hey, guess what? A D20 also has a 12 on it, asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, so if you pick them up and they both got a 1 on, you could get confused. The triangle shape versus the 5-cornered shape, yes. Very tricky. Oh, here's a triangular shape. Yes, so these two look very much... No, they don't. So if, after your first session, and someone says, roll a d20, and you look down and you go, this one? After your fourth session, and they say, roll a d20, and you pick up this one? I am a slow learner. I am. I admit it. And I irritate myself frequently. But with dice rolls? Really? Anyway.
Some people could have that issue. Don't do this.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
So okay. You know what? I just had someone join my campaign.
Yeah.
And it took him a solid month and a half to learn the difference between a D12 and a D20 by sight. To just be able to look down at a dice tray and go, okay, and like instantly pick up a D20. It took him like about a month and a half to get there.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, Guy, all of us are friends, and I don't know how many times I need to repeat this, but it keeps coming up. But we don't treat our friends like that.
This is like, I would give them a little joking like, dude, you can't like tell dice apart, can you? Right? Because you're my friend. And I'll go like, dude, what? Huh? But like, it'll be, it'll be a joke, and I'll intend it as a joke, but I'll never get upset with somebody who accidentally picks up the wrong die, uses it, and then goes, is this correct?
Oh, whoops.
Right, and then even if they don't correct themselves, I'll still go like, oh, dude, that's not the right die, and they'll go, oh, fuck, and then they'll.
Dude, veterans sometimes do this.
I've done it. Yeah. I've done it, and I've fucking played this game for fucking years.
Dude, I have like even told the guy who joined my campaign, like he rolled a D20. He rolled a D12 when I asked for a D20 roll, and I was like, I mean, if you want to give yourself a handicap, that's cool with me.
Exactly.
But like, you are entitled to roll a bigger dice.
Yeah. It's a joke at that point, right? It's like, we're having a little laugh. Yeah.
Wait, is there a Laz shotgun?
No.
Damn it.
I don't believe so.
I would love to get a las shotgun in this game. Anyway, go on.
So, no, also, like, going off of what Alejo said with, like, some people might have a legitimately hard time with that.
Yeah.
Like, it comes back to, like, kind of feeling ableist.
Yeah, I'm getting so, like, and I don't know if he's even aware that that's what it sounds like, and I don't think that's what he's trying to do.
So wait, ableist in what way?
Like
if someone has a legitimate disability.
Oh, yeah.
To, like, learn the dice and such and have a hard time with that. Like, again, he's prefaced it with, like, I'm also a slow learner, but, like, there can be people who are incredibly, like, unable to learn some things. It's just but they can still play.
Is that's the term, ableist?
Yes.
Yeah.
It feels like it should be like disableist, but I mean,
yeah,
it's not.
I don't know.
It's kind of a weird term for that.
Yeah,
It feels a little bit backwards to me, but anyway,
that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been the word that people use.
Yeah. If that's the word, you know.
Yeah. But regardless, again, I don't mean to be a broken record, but, like, why would you put this out there?
I don't know.
Like, I understand. So he says, like, sometimes I annoy myself. Like,
yeah, sure.
That's something totally different. Being critical of yourself is something totally different than being overtly critical towards someone just making a simple mistake.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the thing, like, I think the biggest thing for me is that it's such a simple thing to correct.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, you pick a roll D20, you pick up and roll your D12. Oh, that's a D12. Oh shit, sorry.
That's exactly
D20,
right. Like,
and then
doesn't need to be any more than that.
Yeah. That's what I don't like. The level of vitriol does not match the amount of effort it takes to rectify this teeny little mistake.
Yeah, if somebody's picking up their wrong die and throwing it at your goddamn forehead every time and going, "Oops, my bad." Yeah, okay, have an issue.
Right. Then yeah, that's a fucking problem.
Have a fucking issue with that. Absolutely. Somebody goes and goes, "This one?" And then you go, "No, not that one." And they go, "Oh shit."
Oh,
and then
this
they
one?
take this one? No, not that one. Oh, okay.
Well, and it's clear that they're just fucking around. Yes, then that's annoying.
But, like,
but it's still not even to the point where you should be that mad.
Exactly. You can.
That's
just
the point where you go, okay. So how long is this gonna go?
Right. Exactly. If it overstays its welcome, it overstays its welcome. But if somebody legitimately goes, "Is it this one?" and you go, "No, it's not that one. Sorry, it's that one over there," and they go, "Oh shit, sorry.
Oh, my bad."
Right. And then like they do that again the next session or 3 or 16 sessions from now. Fuck off. Like, it's fine.
Yeah. It's not that big a deal.
I don't, like, work on yourself, honestly.
I relate very strongly to what Guy's purpose in making this video is.
Sure.
Because our time is the only resource you can't get more of.
Absolutely.
And it is inherently infinitely precious.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
However, fucking calm down, Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the thing. I feel like this for my friends. I don't feel like I'm wasting my time when I'm around my friends, regardless of what's going on. You know? Like, it just...
You are there to play a game and make believe.
Yeah.
You are ultimately wasting your time anyway.
That's what I was talking about before, yeah. Like... Why isn't this video done yet? Why is he just playing with dice? Dude, I don't fucking know. Wow, this video gets an F now. It should. This is almost done. We have a little over a minute. Like a minute and 4 seconds, so...
Alright, I'm popping down
I feel better now. I feel like I lifted a weight off of my chest. And I hope that this has been mildly entertaining.
It has not.
Agreed that you've disagreed. What peeves you? What irritates you enough to want to swear on your own YouTube channel? I apologize for that. So, what irritates you about your fellow players at your table? That wasn't on my list. Let's see if we can add to that. Vent, release your rage, release your anger. You can call them, instead of calling them if their real name is Brian, call them Ryan so that they won't know.
I'm glad that you at least are saying don't talk about, like, don't fucking say their actual
Don't
names.
dox.
Yeah.
Don't DDoS
Like,
or whatever.
dox, yeah, you got it.
Dox, that's it.
Yeah. But like,
Fuck.
There is a YouTube channel. I'll protect him so I don't dox him. It's I'll just call him How to Be a Great DM.
Okay.
He's made some videos that have frustrated me.
they're very bad.
He's talking about like drinking cum.
Very strange. On YouTube.
That's
too.
right. I
Mel
know.
Delphine got banned for less than that.
Yeah, it's true. You
Remember
peeved
that?
me, guy. I do. Yeah. You peeved me, guy. You're not my buddy, pal. Yeah.
Talking about. Let people not know your frustrations with them, because that will help. Anyway,
Okay, I'm not gonna let it go through the fucking loud ass intro.
Yeah,
or
thank
outro. Sorry, you guys know it at this point.
Yeah, so Aiden, could you drop that ammo crate when you get over here, please?
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm just dropping it by the
The Healy, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, fuck me, I'm exhausted. You guys have at least had your other stimuli there. I have been slapping myself with this fucking ruler and paying attention like to this.
I'm paying
only.
attention. I'm
No.
I can
Only.
multitask.
Only. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
like
okay,
I'm giving it my full fucking like everything except for the hitting of my wrists and shit. But like, god damn, I'm like I'm legitimately angry.
I bet.
Where is?
I don't know. I think he was in the door.
Oh, all right. So that's that video, and we're not gonna do a second one. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, everybody. I really thought that this
Didn't
wouldn't
expect this one to be so bad.
I thought the second one would be the bad one. It might still be, but we'll leave it for another time.
Well, it's starting a new year off like the last one.
Woo!
With shit.
Happy New Year.
We have made it 3 days into this year before it was ruined.
Yeah.
That's true. So
Hey man, isn't Space Marine 2 coming out this year?
it should, I think. Yeah.
Man, I can't wait for that.
I can't wait for that either. That'll be really fun.
Yeah, I can't. I really hope we get like a lot of different nids to fight.
That would be
God.
super cool, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been really fun hanging out with everyone as always. Well, I appreciate that. We're gonna go into comments, and then we'll do the ending spiel.
Thank you for hanging out. See that I value people giving me their time.
Give it to us. Give us your time.
That's right.
Unlike that YouTuber, How to Be a Great DM.
Armored Core 7 is coming out this year. It's finally back. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, fuck
Yeah, and it's made by From Software.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Armored Core was always made by FromSoft.
Oh, really?
Oh, was it? I thought this is their first foray into it.
Armored Core was how they started.
I see. Okay.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Interesting.
I can say that my opinion of him was lowered. That's fair. That's fine. I can't do anything about that, and neither do I really care to at the moment. All I can say again is that I assume that he's not the same person as he was then. So, FromSoft was always made by them, which means all you Souls haters can rejoice. Oh. All right. So, comments. Let's get these up here for you all. There we go. Okay. So, on last episode, the ending of the year with some 1D&D talk, we've got Timothy Martin saying, oh, my throat. Hang on. Let me take a drink of water. It's made me so mad that my throat hurts. Okay.
Rage drinking.
Dude, yeah. Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. It's Tie Guy. It's Tie Guy 2 confusing. Oh, it's Tie Guy 2 Confusion Boogaloo. And oh boy, very bad. As for the second dude, he was not Tie Guy, so that's something. Don't really got much to say about 1D&D. Maybe at some point I will, but in the meantime, how about some more world building?
Ooh, please.
Star Ruby, the ogre, as well as ogre species backstory in my world, How an ogre is looked at in the world is a case-by-case basis. Some ogre clans and groups can reach upper middle class, and a level of fame if they put their mind to it. But like any other species, ogres can hit hardships. Towns and kingdoms where vampires make up the majority of the noble class are the places where ogres are the worst off, because vampires hate them mainly because of the fact that ogre blood makes them sick. Same goes for kobolds, cyclopses, and orcs. Cyclops, excuse me. Giving blood is part of the taxes in those kingdoms. Hey, fair enough.
That's actually kind of cool.
I actually
like
that actually is a good one. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
As for Star Ruby, he grew up the son of a well-respected bodyguard for a noble family from a southern elf kingdom, but he soon turned restless. He did not want to join the army like his father wanted, and one day he told his family he wanted to go and see the world after a long talk, they let him go forth to see where this new path would take him. But after a month of living on the road, he ran out of money and needed to find work. That's where the henchman for hire comes in. So you could say he followed in his father's footsteps in the end. Star Ruby did not care who he worked for as long as he got to eat. As time passed about 5 years or so, he learned a fighting style, how to be a luchador, from a person that hired him, and he found his way to the small port town to meet up with Leroy, who soon hired him. And that is the backstory of our boy Star Ruby with his future yet to come. Hope that was cool to read. More to come, hopefully. Have a nice day.
I have a question.
Oh.
So a name like Star Ruby, it's a very atypical name, which would lead me to believe, do ogres have like a particular naming convention?
I would assume
something that would lead to a name like that being created. Kindly let us know.
I assume, at least from my point of view, that it is his luchador fighting name that he has just taken up.
Maybe.
Yeah, he says no. That's not
Okay.
thing. I assume it is the luchador thing. Oh yeah, my fast typing might have messed up a line or two. Sorry about that, but I'm not rewriting all that. Too lazy. Bye bye, bros.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, let us know. And then we have Lux on that same episode saying, oh, luchador fighting name, yes. There you go. So Lux says, after looking at the OGL announcement again, I saw that it did actually set the $750,000 cap on revenue as per year. Okay. So that's not as bad as it could have been.
Playing with God was communist.
Nice. That said, I'm not entirely sure Wizards of the Coast actually has the legal right to do what they're trying to do. Glancing at the current OGL, it looks like it was defined as open game content. Really just amounts to a set of concepts that, to my understanding, can't actually be copyrighted or trademarked under US law. What they actually can copyright or trademark is defined as product identity, and I don't believe the OGL gives third parties any permission to use that content. If this is correct, then what Wizards of the Coast is trying to do here is squeeze money and information out of people that they're not actually entitled to. Do let us know, Lux, if any of the research that you have done changes any of this, because I haven't read it yet, but if there's some stuff that's not correct anymore, because I know you did a bunch of research before the show. So, or at least linked a bunch of articles for the research. They're saying you have to report your revenue to them if it's above $50,000 per year. That may not be money you'd be giving them, but it's not without value. That's true. I guess we'll see how this shakes out if someone stands their ground against them. If this only concerned the 20 companies they mentioned that make more than $750 per year, it might be reasonable to expect them to go all along with it to avoid any trouble. But how many more than $50K per year? For that matter, they're saying you have to accept their licensing terms if you produce third-party content commercially at all.
Oh.
Oh, I think that it's complicated. Okay. So what's here is maybe not entirely the thing, or at least it might be some of it and might not be. That's the thing. All of this, like, legal stuff and, like, the way that they're doing the open gaming license, I don't get it, and I can't begin to understand until I guess I read more into it with the articles that you sent. And even then, I don't know about my grasping of its, like, of how it actually works. Great. We'll see. Anyway.
Oh, fuck. Ah! God damn it. I can't bring my machine gun. I gotta bring my bolter.
That was not on us. I literally, that horde, I revived, I think, everyone once.
Yeah, no, that was really bad.
It depends a lot on what they actually try to do and how others respond. Oh, okay. Gotcha. This is actually starting to affect a lot of people here, and if Wizards of the Coast isn't acting within their legal rights, it would only take one of them to make this blow up in their faces and cause a huge embarrassment for them. Oh, obviously, yeah. If someone doesn't go along with Wizards of the Coast's demands, and they don't do anything about it, everyone else will see through their bluff. If Wizards of the Coast does take them to court and loses, this also kills the legitimacy of their new OGL on the spot. Granted, it's possible that Wizards of the Coast would win the court battle, and that would legitimize everything they're doing legally speaking, so we'll see what happens. I'm not a lawyer, and this is just my opinion.
That is how it works, because I have an obsession with, like, setting up, like, precedents in law. That's exactly how it would work.
Yeah. Moving on to the survey, I went ahead and took it to see how it looked. I actually only wanted to look at it, but the mobile site required me to answer the questions to advance through it, and then it automatically submitted it when I got to the end. So there's 1 point of bad data for them to deal with. Oh, oops. I had to watch Baron von Tyguy's video a second time on my own to understand it, and now I think I'd better explain what he was trying to say before I tell you why I disagree. Ah, okay. What he was talking about with the World War II history lesson is something called survivorship bias.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, basically, when the engineers were originally looking at the damage to the planes that returned from the missions to decide where to put the extra armor, they were approaching the problem from the wrong angle. What Ty Baron didn't point out was that the planes that returned with damaged wings were the planes, what Ty Baron didn't point out was that the planes that returned with damaged wings were the planes that returned. No, he did. In other words, the damage they took was not damage that prevented them from returning. By adding more armor to those areas, the engineers were doing the opposite of what needed to be done. Yeah, no, I got that.
Mm-hmm.
The thing was that it doesn't apply to the same thing as us taking a survey for D&D. Because, again, none of us are, like, in a position where we don't necessarily... But again, I'll let you continue with your point. I might be wrong then. To cut to the chase here, what the engineers eventually figured out was that if the planes that returned did not have damage to a particular area, then that meant that what that meant was that the planes that did get hit in that area weren't returning. Therefore, those were the areas that actually needed the armor. Areas where the plane could take a hit without going down did not need more armor. Yes. So to extrapolate this general principle, if a particular outcome would prevent a user from sending you feedback, you won't see feedback from users who experience that outcome. In the case of D&D, if potential users had an issue with it that causes them to decide not to play, they're not going to respond to a survey of people who do play. Okay. If Wizards of the Coast wants information that could help them convince more people to play, they need to ask people who don't already play for that information. I have not played 5e, so a poll of 5e players won't tell them why I don't play. Ah, I see what you're saying. At least that would have been the logical argument. The video really just derails itself when it starts talking about Reddit users and which players are the important ones. None of that has anything to do with the original premise. Yes. But even if we pretend that Suit Lord like we keep saying, had kept his argument together, it's still not actually relevant to the survey he's talking about. Okay, yes, this is what I was thinking. Discovering people's reasons for not playing D&D is not the point of this survey. They just want to know whether the playtest material they released is good or bad. Given that objective, surveying people who have tried that material is really the only sane thing they could do, and getting a large number of responses is, in fact, a good thing. If they do not want to look for ways to convince more people to play D&D, they'll probably come up with another way to do that, but that's not what this survey is about. So the whole argument falls apart because it isn't relevant to what Wizards of the Coast is trying to do here. In the name of Armagh, the Livonian Order is declared heretical, and all noble titles issuing therefrom are hereby immediately revoked. So we were on point that it didn't apply, but maybe we were off in how it didn't apply. It just didn't seem like it made the most sense, because I don't think that the people that were, like, they wouldn't be making changes to, as you said, it's not about the people that aren't going to be playing, and I don't think the people that are going to, or are in that demographic, are going to be looked at because of the fact that they are getting responses in and not seeing things from those people, if that makes sense. It's just more of the fact, as you said, is this good or bad for the people that have played it, right? And those people are the ones who are taking the survey. And that's all that matters, really.
That's a lot of words.
Sorry, yeah.
No, you're good.
There's more. I also watched the other video again, and still don't know what it's about. It's all a blur to me, so I can't really comment on it. I guess that's all I have to say. And then, a little bit more here. So, after a bit more research, there appears to be some SRD content that you would need the OGL to use safely as a third-party publisher. For basic rules, I don't think so, but for creations based on those rules, such as specific monsters, spells, classes, etc., those are things Wizards of the Coast can probably copyright. In other words, just because something appears in the SRD, that doesn't mean you can legally use it without permission. So, if that's the case, some third-party publishers probably do need the OGL. Not necessarily all of them, though. If you tie your content too closely to Wizards of the Coast IP, you'll be in trouble. But if you stick to purely original creations that only run on the basic rules, it seems you should be okay. That would probably include races, classes, spells, feats, and equipment that are not apparent copies of anything Wizards of the Coast has published. Modules and settings could be a murky area, as you'll have to avoid populating them with anything that Wizards of the Coast could claim infringes on their IP. So basically, there are hazards, and legitimate reasons do appear to exist for why someone might just want to play ball with Wizards of the Coast. There are areas of uncertainty, though. Okay. There you go. I feel like he didn't quite pull it in I feel like he didn't quite put it, I assume, pull his original point together. Okay. But he really, really confused the issue with the Reddit stuff. Yes.
Oh, I literally jumped into an abyss.
I see that.
Oh, so did another player.
I really screwed up that sentence. You're good. I think I got you. Leroy's family of alabasters, however, magic users' last names are tied to natural things. Oh, that's cool.
Fine.
Okay.
There we go.
Well, that is all of the comments, unless there's more, in which case I will look right now. No, we're good. So
before you go on ahead, I have a suggestion that I don't know how everybody will feel about, but it's specifically about reading the Patreon stuff.
Okay.
So I feel like it's just a much faster way to do it, and it's not gonna like uninclude anybody. It's just a different way to say everything.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of saying blank at tier 4, thank you, blank at tier 4, thank you, doing that every time, just say our tier 4 patrons, blank, 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 and blank, thank you. Our tier 3 patron, that would be a much faster way of saying it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is a better way. Yeah, I just got into the habit,
Yeah, you're good. And I just noticed that, like, when we get to the patrons part, I'm usually kind of tired since we're, 3 hours into the podcast, and I'm like, God, this is taking forever.
Yeah, understood. Yeah, okay. Well, in future, if those of you on the Patreon don't like it, do let us know. If those of you in the Patreon are okay with it, do let us know. Otherwise, we'll see how this works.
Give it a test run right now.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm gonna do that right now, in fact.
God,
So thank you to our patrons. And you will be right on the screen right now. Hey. So, in tier 4, thank you to Draco Kraken, Mog Zero, Rick, aka Unit Rico, Slazer, and Steely. Big thank you. Big thank you. In our tier 3, we have Drake Cross. Thank you. In tier 2, we have Chris, Frozen Spaghetti, and Star Baron Lux now. Thank you so much. And of course, our tier 1 contributor, you get a thank you.
Who shall not be named.
That's right.
The patron who shall not be named.
That's right. If you're in tier 1, you just exist. You're on the screen. People can see it and read it, but
we don't say it.
We don't say it. Well, yeah, that is a lot faster. You're right.
Yeah, that's a lot faster. Okay. It just rolls off the tongue a bit.
It does. It does. So yeah, let us know. Ultimately, I think the OGL thing is a state of uncertainty until someone gets sued and a court makes a decision. Oh yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Really going nuts with the typos. You're good. Don't worry about it. Have a nice night, bros. Yeah, you too, yes. Timothy. Well, for last but not least, you can obviously skip this part if you already know all this shit. Right now, dice, they're on our website. I'm going to lower the price once I make the video, which I hope to make this week. If not next week. And then it'll be $15 instead of $25. So get ready for that. You'll see the video when it comes up, and it'll be shit, but it'll be talking about the dice. So look at it.
We should get a guest star for the video to present them like Brogan, since he already has one.
Oh, that's true.
I know that one's.
That's right. I should. Oh, well, I was gonna use quotes from you guys way back when you were talking about them, and then honestly, I might actually poll our patrons for quotes, just because.
He owns them.
Yeah, because they all own them, so it's like, oh yeah. We sent them out to them. So.
Oh yeah, right. They got it for free. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if you're listening to this right now and I haven't talked to you yet, let me know if you want to send in a quote that I can just put on the screen, or you could even read it out if you want. Honestly, I don't give a shit. It'll be neat. And you can send me like an audio file or something. But yeah, that's a thing. Other than that, of course, you can go over to TeePublic and get stuff through there that has the logo on it. And a percentage of it goes to the artist who made it. My friends in real life will see me with my TableTalk stuff, and they will immediately go, "Oh, where'd you get that? Oh," they're making a big deal out of it, and they like try to embarrass me and shit. And it works.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I
got that from myself.
I got it from TeePublic, So you can do that to people, I guess, if you want. And of course, last but not least, you can go over to Humble Bundle using our link in the description, and you can go and buy anything through Humble with that link to support us as well as Tabletop Alliance. And the link for them is in the description. They are the charity that we support. And right now, I would suggest Wrath and Glory by Cubicle 7, the Warhammer 40k TTRPG that's right there. There's some other good stuff.
Which one does Wrath and Glory? I've never heard.
Wrath and Glory is
that's Space Marine.
It's more combat heavy, or they're all more combat heavy to be fair. But it can be like Space Marines and Psychers and stuff like that.
It's like big shit, not just
kinda yeah. It's not like Rogue Trader, which is like
where
you can get whatever the fuck, but it's more like Imperium based. I watched a little bit of playthroughs of it, and it seems interesting. I like it. Anyway, so yeah, check our description for all of the links to all the things that I have said and the things that I have not said. And I don't know, dude. You know what? Honestly, at the end of the day, do whatever you want, because I'm not your dad. Okay,
yep, he's not.
I'm not.
It's true. He's no one's dad.
I am no one's dad.
You're not my father or my boss.
That's true. I am neither of those things to any of you. So do whatever the fuck you want. I can't.
That is a niche reference for those in the know.
It sounds familiar to me, but I do not know it off the top of my head.
I know I have shown it to you.
You most likely
the short guy. It's the short guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
I remember immediately once you said that. Yep.
Just short guy.
Yep. That's all I needed. All right. Well,
what was the quote? I don't remember the.
You're not my father or my boss.
Or
Right.
my boss.
Yes.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
So stupid.
I know. Anyway, thank you again to all of you for hanging out with us and for continuing to support the podcast in whatever ways you do, with money or for free with your time. It's really not free, honestly. In that respect, it's constantly sucking your time away. In fact, but we appreciate it nonetheless. You are spending what few precious moments you have with us
on this planet.
That's right. We're all doing this thing on this fucking floating globe. It's crazy.
Yep.
So
right on this fucking flat planet.
Floating disc, you mean?
God
yeah, there we
damn
go.
it. There it is. All right. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
This beautiful floating plate.
I wonder what shit I have to say to actually get an invite from the Flat Earth Society.
We'll just say, hey, can I join the Flat Earth Society?
They'll let you in.
Probably.
Yeah.
They're probably gagging for new members.